mighty adversary has taken the field. Get in there, soldier.
Oh, there we go. It's so funny that it would do that on the second day that I come back. Yesterday, I turned on my computer for the first time in a week, and it's like, yeah, cool, I know what I'm doing. And then today, it's like, actually, I'm confused. Can you help me? Hello. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to your weekend for those of you that do the Saturday, Sunday weekend thing. That's about as far as we got. You didn't miss anything. We're all good. Caught that bug pretty fast. That's what we got the muted emote for. Happy Sunday. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? We have lovely, sunny, but like slightly foreboding weather outside. It's like sunny and windy, and then when you look to the sky, there's a dark cloud. So I haven't checked the weather. I'm imagining it might rain. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm just happy to be here. How you guys doing? I remembered that Light's Radiance or Nightfall or whatever they call this thing is top of the hour, and I'm here. I'm on Anthus. He doesn't have a shirt on. He doesn't want one. And I figure I want to do as much of this as I can, and I also want to try to get my last piece. I need one more item from the Weathered Mysterious Satchels, the leveling event satchels. They're available for 2 more days, both of which are my days off, which are days that I am unlikely to log on and do it, although I suppose if I have to, I will. But it would be so much nicer if I could get them today, or if I could get it today on stream. It's the Mysterious Chisel. It's a dagger. It's not the only dagger, but it's one of them. Yesterday, I got a bunch of extra rogues set up out in Dragonflight to get their kind of guaranteed epic satchel of the day. So I should have 6 rogues that can try for a satchel without having to make any more rogues. If I do all 6 and I don't get it, which is possible, then I have to confront the possibility that I either need to make more rogues or I need to level one of the rogues that I have and hope that it drops while I'm leveling. Those are kind of the options that I'm... But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Maybe we'll get lucky and it won't come to that. Right now, I got here kind of sort of close to the top of the hour. I'm hoping that I can get the purple chest, although... We're about to start the last boss. I know he gives a lot, but I don't know if he gives like a like a bar and a half. I think it's the purple one that has boss gives 41%. So actually, I will get a blue one at least, which can contain weapons. It looks like, so that's something. Does leveling buff end at reset? That sounds true. Let's see. Ends 8 a.m. So I want to say yes. 8 a.m. on Tuesday is when the calendar, at least server time for me, which is Pacific West Coast time. Your server may have a different ending time. I'm gonna look up all the possible mods to see if there's things I'm missing that I may want. The good news is it's not the only way to get the stuff. You can also get it from the timely tours pieces you get for doing like random time walking queue dungeons. You get a bag from that, they can drop it. And also the second piece of good news is that it's kind of boring transmog. It's not really life-changing or particularly eye-catching or unique. It's fine. They're fine. I'm mainly doing it to be stubborn at this point in my life. Jeff, on a 75 stream streak, I may want to consider a little variety in my life. That is always up for availability. Holy cow. I think he does. Does he own a shirt? Oh, does Anthus own a shirt? Oh, he owns all of the shirts. He's got the shirt monopoly. He's limiting the distribution of shirts to artificially inflate the valuation of them. He's really airing out his pecs for the economy. Hi, Sweet Pancakes. How you doing? I have coffee that I haven't even started yet because I've been walking late. I'd say running late, but that implies a level of haste that I have not been employing. I made myself a latte. That's good. That's still hot. That's kind of what happens when you heat up your oat milk, is that the whole concoction remains hot for longer. Thank you for your raid, guys. Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad they've been doing it for you.
The sacred flame blesses us with
Ooh, I got a new transmog. I did not have that one. I got purple text in my chat log. I'm happy. It's a purple one-handed mace, and that's one less thing to buy. That will help. We can turn in our weekly. I've been kind of Oh, yeah, we did get the spoils. Okay, and then that gives me a helmet. I must have had that already. There's no purple text there. Also, more coffee. Nothing like some good vibes to start Sunday. Did you, and I apologize if this is too personal, did you ever take that nap? I was thinking about, like, the thunder rainstorm nap, and I was wondering if it actually happened.
Keep an eye on the dawn
Okay,
towers.
carved crests, and then we do this, and that's going to give me one of these things. So I've got 2 radiant emblems here. I've been saving them so that I can buy, like, the last remaining pieces that haven't dropped for me. Oh, hello, kitty cat. Out of the bags, which is all fine and good, except that I'm not really keeping count, so I'm not really going to know when my moment is to start purchasing those things. Hello, Marone. She must have gotten me yesterday, because yesterday I did not consciously remember her jumping up on my lap, but when I got up at the middle of stream break, I noticed I had dusty paw prints all over my legs, which is like her signature. Well, it's her signature. That's Kira's. I've been here. Wow. Hi, how you doing? She did a silly thing last night. She jumped off of the couch and landed with one foot fully in the water bowl that sits behind it, and got her foot very wet, and she was very upset. Now, at first I was afraid that she'd like broken something because she was not happy, but then I ascertained that it's just very wet and she was feeling a little bit silly. Kinda. Hit 64 attempts in the Void Cat just now. No luck yet. The light event one took like 200, so yeah, I'm a little afraid of that too. I also am going to work on that today. We've got Hallow Fall dailies, so those should be pretty fast. But before I get into that, I want to see if I can maybe wrap up a previous thread. I want to try and get that chisel, so I'm going to start logging on my rogues and getting their satchels. That's what I'm going to do. My Flames Radiance are up. I think it's like 7 3/4. So if I keep doing dailies today, I can probably get this to 8, which will give me nothing that I have any interest in. I guess some extra resonance crystals. Had to run an errand. Took me longer than I thought it would. That's always brutal. All right, should we start with Sass Bass? Getting some amazing cheese. Ooh, what was the cheese of choice? You're back! I'm back. She could sign holiday cards with those powdery prints. Yeah. It's on me. I should probably figure out a less dusty litter, but I've been using the same litter for her entire life, and I feel like at this point, she's not going to want to change. She deserves to have this, have her use. Sandsweat Bones World Boss up in Voldoon, if anyone needs Molly. How was the wedding? It was lovely. It was perfect. We were so happy with it. Yes! First try! Okay, well that solves that problem. I have 5 extraneous rogues that are now unemployed. This is great. Woo! That's, I was starting to think that it couldn't happen. That's what it looks like. That's what I've been doing all this fuss for. It's a dagger that you could maybe open a letter with. It doesn't even have a point on the end. It's got this little corner situation. If you got stabbed with that straight on, that would hurt. Like, that would bruise you. All right. That's nice, because I only had 2 days left to get those things, and now I have them, and now I can move on with my life. I can also probably minimize my shopping alt tab. Also, poor Sass Bass. This was really her only purpose in life. I think she's gonna get deleted, but I don't have the heart to do it just yet, so I'll leave her be for the moment, and I'll disappear her in the dead of night when she's least expecting it. Here, let's drag her down the list. Whoop. You can go hang out with Minta. Did you know that I almost named my main priest Minta? When I came to rename her, because she used to be named Hazel, but spelled like Haezelle, which was an abomination and a crime against the alphabet. I decided I wanted to name her to something that I could spell, and that wasn't like a Hazel name, and I had come up with a couple of shortlist names, and Minta was one of them, because that was my steward in Bastion, and I loved her. She was precious, and I thought it was a great name, but I went with Inksy instead. I can't remember why. I think Minta just didn't feel like me. I like the name a lot, but it didn't feel like my main. Lovely. Okay, so, now, wow, we've really been finishing stuff lately. Yesterday I finished getting the last item I needed from Azerothian archives in Azure Span. I don't need to do any more big digs. I have everything from that vendor, finally, however many years later. Is that when you did your alt purge? I don't really remember when. There is a video, so it could be, we could carbon date it. I did post something about it, but I don't really remember when. I definitely have deleted alts on more than one occasion. That was just the big, you know, gory one. Where a lot of max level characters bit the dust. I want to see how fast I can do this because these are supposedly the quick ones. And I have a bunch of characters that can do these dailies today, and it would be nice if I could kind of do this fast, basically, is what I'm trying to say with a lot of words. So I want to pull a bunch of stuff, and then I want to not die, I think is the trick here. Any elites that we can kill will also be helpful, but if we can't find any, then we'll just kill as many regular things as possible. Time's just a situation now. Yeah. I feel like time is something that is not always relevant to me until one day it will be like of utmost relevance because it'll be the end of my limited time and I'll be like, well, can't fix it now. But until then, we just do the best we can. Anything over here? I had a nice walk with Moose this morning. I stopped by a book box. I picked out a book to bring home. It's kind of dirty, but that's okay. What isn't? Not the book's contents, but like the actual. It looks like someone's really read it, which I felt like must be a good sign. Like if someone has spent this much time like reading it, then it must have done somebody some good. This one. I wish I knew how many Void Links attempts that I have that I didn't track before I started turning on rarity. I'll never really know unless I go back and count, and I don't want to know that badly to actually go back and count. It would be somewhere in the range of like 20, I'm guessing, because I have about 5 characters I've been doing this on, and they've done maybe 2 sets of dailies each, which would actually come out to 30, but I'm rounding down to 20 just to account for natural self-aggrandizing, I suppose. So yeah, so 20 to 30, I think, so far with nothing. And I'll have rarity turned on now, so we can track, like, from yesterday's point forward. Speaking of which, making sure we have rarity actually turned on, not just conceptually turned on. What is it? Oh, it's an old, it's a old self-help book from 2000, which can go a variety of ways. I haven't read it yet. Maybe it's terrible. But it said something about conscious living, and I thought, you know what? It's on the top of the stack. This is a topic that I'm interested in right now. So I'm going to open all 3 of them at once. I like doing that. On to this one. Working on class halls, they take so long. Last time I did these weeklies, I was stuck in combat, even though I was long gone from these zones. I had once where I had to walk from this one all the way to the next one because I could not get out of combat. I should have just relogged. At a certain point, you gotta just quit the game, leave it for a minute, and then log back in because you're just pooped. Islewin, thank you very much for the 32-month free sub. Appreciate it. Worth investigating. Yeah, the nice thing about the book boxes is that my city has a bajillion of them. These little tiny libraries by the street that people just take and leave books to. So it's a nice way if you want to read like a physical copy of a book. You're not too picky about what book it is. It's very low commitment because you can take it, you can read it or not read it, and then you can just put it back into any of the book boxes on any day of your choosing. It's nice that way. So it's whenever I'm walking the dog, I'll usually stop and look in them. Also because it makes the dog like want to know what I'm looking at. It's very cute. What's in there? Well, anything for Moose? I don't always take something, but sometimes. I like taking cookbooks because I feel like those are a really good thing to like take and then leaf through, try a few recipes, and then after you've cooked like 2 or 3 things from a cookbook, I feel like you usually have a pretty good idea of whether or not the author was full of it. Or like, you know, aligns with your own tastes and abilities and preferences, I guess I should say. Love the side swoop. Thank you. I decided to to feel like I was right back in high school today. We're bringing 2008 back. I think it was already back, but I'm taking advantage of that. I had a delve where I couldn't get out of combat, but even the game crashing didn't fix it. Oh dear. They really got something they want you to finish. Not much of a book hoarder. I would struggle to put it back. Oh, too much of a book hoarder. It's like the ecosystem, though. It's the circle of life. Book come and book go away. It's good. You get like a wide range of books in them too. You get like old textual text manuals and like guidebooks. You get lots of fiction. You get like lots of your usual suspect fiction. You get your like Danielle Steele and your John Grisham and whatever. A lot of like middle books in a series. Like I'll notice a book that's like number 2 or number 4 in an existing series. Like, well, that's could be useful. Lots of kid books too in ours. We have some of them that are like painted and set up in a way to be like exclusively for kids books, which I think is really cute. Books are one of my favorite things to get my nephew because they're a fairly small and fairly storable thing for his parents to manage that is fun with novelty. And also I liked being given books when I was a kid, so I'm just projecting. But eventually I'm going to have to come up with something else to get the kid. I usually buy him new copies, though, if I'm getting it as a gift. Okay. Nearly there on this one. There's a lot of transmog. We're getting through it. I have 67% of the overall mog and contents from these bags. Like the purple, white sets, all the weapons. I'm 67% of the way through all of that. Oh no, some of these things are... No, I'm still 67%, but some of them are... The number total is wrong, because some of them are listed multiple times. That's what I always get my friends' kids. Really reinforce that as a daily activity. I like reading to my nephew, because
you carry your toys.
I don't do it very often, so I can go... And also he's 3, so he doesn't really judge me too harshly yet. Although he's getting there. I can go really ham on the voices. All of the years of speech warm-ups and whatever for recording YouTube videos really paying off with Mr. Pigeon Drives the Bus. Or Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. I think that was an important plot point of that one. What am I doing? I'm going to the next one. We got one more. One more. I wouldn't say that I'm completing all of these in 5 to 7 minutes, but we're doing okay. We're doing not too bad. So I can do these dailies on my priest, this character, my warlock, that's 3. And then, what, 3 hunters? Goblin, Maghar, Orc, and Night Elf? I wonder if I need more hunters. What if 3's not enough? When I read to my friends' kids, it's in French, and one of them is old enough and has a strong enough personality to correct my pronunciations when I don't say something properly. That's the best. I feel like there's a certain age where they learn how to like, you know, like assert correctness, and they get very excited about it for a year or two. Yeah, my main is a priest. I play Holy. I play some Shadow. I never play Discipline. Hunter of every single race. That would be a project. Remember me make say that I make them 5 to 7 minutes on my ultra DPS and force at 650. This character is force at 650. I think you're just better at the game than me. But I have very much locked onto that as like a goal. I think I'm gonna time myself. Actually, if I was gonna time myself, this character would have been the one to do it. Maybe Bop and my Hunter. My Warlock has no chance. I'm not very good at rapid AoE on her. It just sounded really appealing. Like I want to be running it on a bunch of characters because I know I'm going to need those extra chances for the okay, these things are bait. I know I'm going to need the extra chances for the mount. I don't think it's going to drop in a particularly easy hurry. There we go. Got underpin double question mark done last night. Nice, Island. You beat me to it. Congratulations. When I returned, people were like, Disc is where it's at. I played Holy Priest 13 years ago. People frequently tell me Disc is where it's at. I just don't listen to them. In 1 year, out the other. Sometimes it doesn't even make it in 1 year. Sometimes it just kind of like does a little gudunk right over the hair. Struggled and struggled. It's just, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not for me. I like Holy too much. You did it on a demo lock. Probably made it harder than it had to be. First quest, kill the 2 elites with a bunch of mobs. Okay. Sometimes I can't find them. Maybe I need to get a little better at remembering where they're at. But maybe I'm just going to get them out right now. Although I'll still need to do it for Mog. But okay, we got to renown 8. We got 3 satchels to open. Drum roll. No. Got a couple of pieces of armor, none of which I need. I really should start centralizing all this into my war bank. Because some of it's catalyzable as well, so I'm sure that that means I could use it to get all kinds of different armor types. So I'm not getting rid of it. But I'm kind of a little lazy, so I don't know if I really want to be. I don't know if I really want to be doing this. We get 55 resonance crystals per bag, is that right? Or was that total? Yeah. I'm gonna need a lot more resonance crystals. How many gift subs to main disc for a raid? Oh man. People say getting some sun and exercise is good for you. Thank you, but I'm above helping myself. Broke the barriers, kill mobs. Okay. Oh yeah, I suppose I could do cartel chips on a bunch of characters. I remember that was a thing with the Dinars in, Oh, I have a mage now too. I forgot I could do it on a mage. I forgot that was a thing with the Dinars. Back in, I don't know, Dragonfly. No, Dinars was Shadowlands. They did something in Dragonfly. I didn't bother. I didn't do it. I couldn't be fussed. Am I in, yes, I am in the right place. Very good. Okay. The chip you get for the raid renown to buy a piece of Mog only. Oh, I thought you meant like the puzzling ones. Does that mean I can just log into every character and just get a piece of transmog? Honestly, the raid renown has kind of confused me this entire time. I understand that I get it when I kill, like, bosses. And I know that we unlock things, including, like, a damage buff and a couple of quality of life benefits. And I guess that's most of it, but for some reason, I've just never felt like I really understood what was going on. Okay. Alright, this character needs to turn on some add-ons. Let's do them for all of them. Well, let's get Plater. Plater for everybody. Rarity for everybody. Scrap. And Leatrix. I've been nodding along. Listen, I get to that raid, I wait for Flabby to pull up his car, I jump in the back. I'm not driving myself anywhere. I am a liability. I get run over, I pull trash moms, if I'm driving myself, I'm not making it to the next boss. I am in full passenger mode for that entire raid. What kind of pup do you have? My dog is 2 years old. He's a mix. He's a shelter puppy mix. He's got German Shepherd and Husky and Malamute and Cattle Log apparently and like a bajillion other things. He's very cute. His name is Moose. He's just turned 2. He doesn't love me enough to be in the office today. That was a yesterday special apparently. What are we doing? Snary's not up for another half hour, so we're heading out this way. Isn't it crazy that he's turned 2 now? We got him when he was 3 months old, so it's another 3 months until his gotcha anniversary. We took him home in August. That was right. But I can't believe how fast the time went. My little baby's not a baby anymore. That's wild. I know, right? I'm quite upset. I refuse to accept this. Oh, you're in your cataclysm era, huh? What is time? Time flies by when you do nothing. Hi, it's me. Hello. I feel that one. I used to think that as time went over, yes, I would get older, but I would also get wiser. And I'm starting to realize that wiser is not happening in a hurry, so I'm going to need to come up with some other metric of progress. If we can't get wiser, maybe we can get taller? Remember this tree when you got the call and it doesn't feel that far. Right? I'm waiting for the stream where I get the call that I've got a house. One house, please. Add to cart. You can get wider easier than taller. Now you're onto something. Erison, thank you very much for the 45-month resub. Wonderful to catch a live Hazel stream. Hope you had a fantastic week last week. Thank you very, very much. It was lovely. It's nice to be back too. I'm a big routine kind of person. I enjoyed my time off, but I really like my routine. It's real nice to be back in this chair on stream. I don't remember how I'm supposed to do AoE, but I'm pretty sure it's not hard casting agonies. This is working though, more or less, so it's fine. Here we go. Something to do with that. I didn't see any. Oh, there's an elite. Dependent routine, but I struggle to maintain it, so I simply suffer. Listen, the secret is never stop struggling. Just don't give up. Or at least that's what I'm told. Oh, tag him. Yeah, there we go. I haven't been going to yoga, and I'm kind of scared of going back. I didn't go because I was on vacation, but also the week before that I didn't go because the one day that I had available to go, I ended up going to see a house instead. And then the 2 weeks before that, I only went once instead of my normal like 3 or 4 times a week. So now I'm like out of shape. And now I'm gonna go back, but I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna be like, I'm back and I'm not bendy anymore. And no one's gonna care, but I'm still gonna be in my head about it because that's who I am. Set your goals so low that they're already met. I think you're onto something with that one too. Alright, there's our first quest. I told myself that I would do yoga at home to like kind of work my stamina back up. Didn't do any of that. I know very well that if I'm not actually going in, I'm probably not going to do it. This way. I should go though, because I'm getting crunchy. How many things can I upset? How many mobs can I really rile up here? Yeah, something like that. Never heard someone describe themselves as crunchy. It's like when I get all like lobstered up because I haven't been stretching and exercise, or like I haven't been stretching. I've been exercising. I exercise all the time. We go for a bunch of walks a day. I hike. We go fishing. There's good exercise. It's just not like good like mobility, I guess, or at least flexibility and mobility. Also build strength in legs and kind of nothing else. Ugh. What about crispy? We try to avoid crispy. Crispy is when you go fishing and you forget to bring the sunscreen, or you forget to wear your sun layers, which I prefer to sunscreen because they're a lot easier to manage and they're not as sticky. I thought I was really doing something with this daily, and I'm not getting very far at all. Do I even have a pet? I have Cragmoth. He's around somewhere. I don't know what he's doing. He might be doing more than me. Crispy could also be a lace front. Still figuring out if it's good or bad. I don't know if I've heard a lot of hair described as crispy that was a good thing. Generally, at least in my generation, that meant that you'd really overdone it with a flat iron. But I was never brave enough to mess with lace front wigs. All my wigs had bangs. 48%. Not even half. Holy mackerel. There must be bigger fish to fry. What's our area? It's not very big. It's not the largest area. Maybe I should make a hellstone. What? I always forget that they're red for whatever kind of warlock I am. No shame in changing a formula that works. Yeah, I had a big era where I decided that I was going to grow out my bangs, and I did. And I think in hindsight, I like having them. It was nice to check in adulthood. I like a little bit of a bang, even if it's curly, if it's straight, it's all good. I like a little bit of a bang. Did you just forget hellstones exist? I think I was looking for a green one. Like, this button is green, and then this button is red, and I'm a little dumb. At least on warlock. We got there though, because it turns into a demonic hellstone. I don't know why the demons are red. Do you miss bald-headed Hazel? Yo, I miss bald-headed Hazel's showers. Washing your head when it's like bald and you're used to having just mats of like curly tangled hair, shaving it all off and then just like massaging your head with hot water in the shower is amazing. It's so nice. And then you get out of the shower and you take your towel and you're like thunk 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 thunk, and then your head's dry. Life changing, absolutely magical. Not something you can do you know, like in all areas of your life. But I'm glad I tried it, because I know now that I like it, so it's available if I ever feel like I want to do it again. Miss when I was forced to have short hair as a kid. Showers were so quick. Miss when I like the fashion statement that is to have cute, healthy, curly hair. I've noticed in the last, like, 5 years or so, a lot more people wearing their curly hair curly. I think there's a lot more curly haired people than I was aware of, yeah, as of once upon a time, because lots of us used to straighten it all the time. And there's kind of a movement to just let them boing. There we go. Okay, 2 bags. Gotta go for the 3rd. Is there any particular pieces of Mog I'm looking for from these boxes? A cloak. I think a cloak is pretty much... there's weapons. Because I think you can get actually armor from any type from this. I don't think it's just the one that you're doing. Or maybe it is. I don't think I'm going to learn this. I think I'm better off just doing it a bunch and hoping for the best. Oh yeah, I was going to make a leather-wearing character for something to do with this. Maybe you'll get back there this summer if you get fed up with the heat. Entirely possible. See that here too? Natural hair. Yeah, it's nice. I had my own nice journey with it. I found out, at least for me, and all curls are different, you can do an awful lot and it'll look nice. And if you find the right thing to do, you can also do not that much and it'll also look nice. There's a product out there somewhere that will match your hair, and then you can use that and be more or less good. I have a curl cream that I can scrunch in, and then I let it air dry, and then I can like kind of scrunch out the cast on the curls once it's air dried to dry, and then they just behave. It's nice. They're not going to be like red carpet ready, but they're also better than the bird's nest that is default. As long as people are happy and comfortable, that's what's important. Yeah. I should have gone swimming more when I was bald. I had these big dreams of like diving into rivers like a naiad. I was gonna be like a water nymph. I was gonna just like go outdoor swimming all the time. I think I forgot that I hate the cold, but it would have been a lot easier, or like pools or something like that. It would have been a lot easier to manage hair after like natural water or chlorine or whatever when you don't have any. Because I don't know if you guys have ever tried putting on a swim cap over, I mean, basically any hair. Swim caps are kind of naturally uncomfortable, but trying to put them over curls that tangle easily is just horrifying. Swimming sounds nice until I remember I hate being wet and soggy. Yeah, I feel like it has to be really convenient for me to want to do it, and it's just I haven't gone out of my way to make it very convenient for me to swim lately. Still can, yeah. Naturally dark blonde, light brown. Decided I want to go back to mega blonde this year. I miss it. Nice. Fun for summer. are we doing? I feel like I'm kicking these grubs and they're like, all right, it's 1%. They don't mind. They're not even dead. I think I'm just mildly inconveniencing them. Hi, Married Hazel. Hope you had a wonderful wedding. Thank you very, very much. There we go. That's the stuff. Yeah, showers are, when I was a teenager and a kid, I used to be resistant to showers. I would do them every second day, and I wouldn't be thrilled about it. But we were on well water, and that meant that sometimes there would be a little bit of a sulfurous smell to the shower, which wasn't very nice. And also, because we were on well water and we were a family of 4, and there was kind of limited water and limited time for everybody to get ready, you had to take short showers. So there was like an egg timer on the counter ticking down 3 minutes. It made a horrific shrill sound when it was over, and you had to be done by then. And that it was kind of a stressful experience. Night showers didn't do me a lot of good because of, I think, my hair. I don't know why I never took to them, but I didn't really like them much when I was young. And then at some point later on in adulthood, when I started paying for my own water, and also it wasn't well water, I started to enjoy showers a little more. I like really hot showers. They're not good for my skin. I don't really care. I still have skin. It's fine. I like scalding hot showers. And big fluffy towel. Very important. Huge towel. Amount of time and cold involved with getting in and out. Very rarely worth the enjoyment of being in the water. It's good for, I feel like it's refreshing if you can get yourself to do it.
Walk in the light.
But I'm not the person to talk. I can never get myself to do anything. All right. More attempts. We're hoping for a cat. No cat. And no new monk either. We got 3 items, none of which are transmog. So, we're going to log her out. If it doesn't feel like my skin's burning off, I don't want to take a shower. Either you had a particularly bad well or we had a particularly good one. Well at our place feels near infinite. It was, I think maybe what I'm thinking of is not the size of the well, but the water heater. But the well was downhill, so we had a well pump to help get the water uphill. I don't remember a lot about the specifics of it. I'm probably going to need to learn more because there's a chance I end up on a well again. Prefer microfiber towels. I can't stand them. That's funny. I know that every personal preference is totally a thing. Maybe it's the way I'm laundering them, but I find that after the first use, and even kind of within the first use, my microfiber anything repels water. It becomes like waterproof. It becomes hydrophobic. I love a huge cotton towel. A well is a big hole in the ground that you pump water out of to have water supplied to your home if you live in a place that has groundwater and does not have a hookup to municipal water or like city water. Microfiber head towel for my hair because it's gentle when I dry. I do have one of those actually. I've had that for a long time. Although sometimes I dry my hair with my regular towel. And I think it's fine. I think it's all right. We gotta go back. Fell in love with waffle weave cotton towels. Oh. I kind of want new hand towels, but I don't want to buy them yet. I'm gonna use the ones I have until they're absolutely dead. I went through a phase where I was doing the absolute most for my hair to try to keep it in really, really good condition. I would do like the old t-shirt plop where you like lean your wet hair gently forward over. Well, first of all, you would have the water, to rinse out the shampoo from your hair, you would actually bend over forward in the shower so it rinses like top down. And then you would sort of drip there, and then you would gently lower your curls onto a t-shirt, and then wrap the t-shirt very gently around your head because that was even more gentle than a towel. And it would only get like some of the water out, but having kind of soggy hair kind of helped set the curls. It made very nice curls. It took forever to get your hair dry. I've come to realize that just because something can help doesn't mean it's worth it for me. Sometimes with online advice, you can end up in this trap where more is better and more is more, and you must do the most advanced and best tips, otherwise you're doing it wrong. And I feel like sometimes we lose sight of moderation. Bare minimum, because that somehow makes my hair nicer. Yeah, I had that with skincare too. I had a skincare phase where I was doing a lot, and it did not make my skin any nicer than doing the bare minimum. The quality of my skin is largely down to how stressed I am, both in like how that stress makes me break out, but more importantly, stress makes me pick at my breakouts, which is the worst thing that you can possibly do. The actual things I'm doing to my skin are kind of besides the point. As long as I clean it, moisturize it, and slap a SPF on in the sun, we're fine. Okay, that's not where I'm going. We're doing this one. Another 12 minutes and we can do another big weekly thing. So it says I only need 12 tokens to obtain the remaining things we can get with them. Is that for all armor types? Or is that just for... Yeah, no, that might be for all armor types, because it showed me stuff that I can't use there. Because I'm trying to think of how many that I have. That would be a good way to count, actually. Because I think I have 2 or 3 on a bunch of these characters. This is my Arcane Mage. He's a Void Elf. He's very handsome. I have no idea what he's doing. Not an earthly clue. I'm level 629 because he's my most recent alt. And I haven't figured out how to play him in the slightest. This is the character that I need the Blizzard Rotation Assist for the most. He's cute. Is he single? Yeah. Yes, he is. You can catch him on the mage version of Hinged. It's called Mage. People have tried to tell them that it's not a good idea, but they refuse to listen. He hurts. Everybody hurts, but also my mage hurts. It's not even difficult mobs. I need to eat a cookie. Oh dear. There's an elite, but I don't know if I can actually do it. Have a little mana bun. Kind of a cookie. Apparently a pastry. Alright. Something... Arcane Surge and Touch of the Magi. That seems important. Yeah, something like that. Those are the cooldowns anyway. That'll do. That puts them up to 59%. I don't know what else to do, though. So weird going from something slightly tanky to a mage. You just kind of pop out of nowhere. I think I'm meant to be kiting, and I'm not kiting in the slightest. That's okay. It's still not my most lost character. He's probably going to get some upgrades from doing all this, to be honest. He's going to be wearing some things that aren't veteran yet, I think. Or is he in full veteran stuff? He needs a ring. And then he's in full veteran stuff. Interesting. He could probably do some upgrades. No, he only has 400 Valor Stones. Are those transferable yet? Oh, they are. Okay. So he can just siphon Valor Stones. Oh, I forgot they did that. I think I was gone when it went in. He can siphon Valor Stones from my priest, which is perfect because my priest is perpetually capped on Valor Stones. This is great. I'd rather face tank and be offended that my squishy character was obliterated. It's me! I get it! I understand. I feel like mage is the only class I would ever really think of kiting on, because every other range class I play either has a pet, or for priest I genuinely do just face tank because you can self-heal yourself through it with cooldowns and stuff. Okay, there There's a box. What's in the box? So yeah, he's got some cresties. He's gonna need a lot more cresties if he wants to upgrade all his stuff. I think getting veteran gear upgraded though doesn't take anything too crazy. Or this one. Is there a big pack of mobs we can get somewhere? Yeah, maybe. Fun kiting on Arcane Mage Fun because of arcane missiles and orbs. My whole plan for how to kite is just to use Frost Nova and then, I guess, Blink. That's my only idea. I suppose I have a Void Elf button too. I'm never using it though. I'm mashing Prismatic Shield or Barrier as often as I humanly can to try to slow the bleeding. I think I thought I was going to put more effort into this than I wanted to. I had this vision that I was going to be like, ah yes, it's time for me to study the arcane flows, and I was going to like print out the Wowhead guide and then sit at a wooden desk with a quill and like study it. And I did none of those things. I blame a lack of quills. Hey everyone. Hello Rachel, how are you doing today? It's okay. My health can grow back. Think you just weren't feeling the playstyle. Yeah. Maybe. I don't think I get it. Nope, that won't help. That won't help. That won't help. Nope. Icy cold. Icy veins. Icy death. Okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I was looking for ice block and I'm like, wait, it's gone. I sold my soul and I traded it for whatever this does. It did help though. Sometimes I'll play a class and I'll have no idea what's going on and I'll have a great time. And I think the defining thing, the difference, is whether or not it's working when I don't know what's going on. Like my Paladin I was clueless on and it still kind of did damage. Death Knights, Demon Hunters, I can have no idea what the buttons do and it'll still do damage and survive. This one is harder to get away with my ignorance on. There we go. Not impossible though, we're doing fine. We're getting there. It's not that much slower than my Warlock was. Oh, I can choose new herbs back. Oh boy. Kind of forgot I had herbalism. Bless faith roll specs. Yeah. Sometimes you also have to just like play something a bit to find out if you want to mess with it. When's the last time you played Arcane? Cataclysm. I think I'm just not a mage person. There's too many other range specs that I like better. Turned on my second computer monitor to see that the chip was worse. My screen is all striped. Oh no. Oh. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. It's one thing when it's like fairly minor. I'm pretty sure I've got a scratch in one of these monitors that I've had since I moved. Can't be that bad if I can't see which one it is. I didn't replace it, did I? No. Somewhere. But yeah, rest in peace, me. Rachel's monitor. Frost is simple. Mobs get frozen in place a lot. Yeah, I think that's also part of my problem is that I'm stubbornly sticking to Arcane because I like the purple. Oh, I forgot I had tailoring. For a hot second, I was gonna do tailoring this character. I was gonna make stuff and everything. Just had to happen when I wanted to start streaming. Tough luck. This one over here. And then 3 minutes. I should probably just head straight back for... Yeah, let's go straight back to the event. We've got one more daily to do, but the event I think would be quite good for this character to have done. He can really use the champion piece that he's going to get. Mage feels like one of those classes where you have to see things going sideways well before it happens to avoid it, whereas classes with a healer tank spec can fix problems after they happen. Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. I very much like a reactive playstyle. That's why I like Holy Priest so much. Is I feel like Holy Priest is the ultimate reactive healer. Okay. What do I have in the mail? That's a cool mount. I forget what it's from. Prototype ASMR. That's the Gallywix man, right? Oh, it's from Children's Week. I'm like, what are these things? Who is Kitsy and Destian and Skibbles? Oh, they're the orphans. I forgot that I did orphans on this character. Who's messaging me? I almost said email. I hate it when WoW NPCs start emailing me. So he's got one token already.
The shadows contain many terrors. My store?
Usable for 12 things. We have those ones.
Whisper tales of my
We could use some of these.
selection.
Yeah, you could probably use a champion staff. I'll do the event first just to see if it might drop in the box, the white version of the great staff. But if not, I'll buy one for him. Manage with one screen. Yeah. I had at least one moment in my life where I was streaming with one screen and I had my chat pulled up on like an iPad or something, or like a phone, or I had some kind of extra device. I'm hoping it wasn't an iPod Touch. I don't think that would have worked very well. And I had it like propped up on the desk. I wonder how much gold I have in my account. I haven't really been centralizing it. This guy's got 37k. Alright, ready to go. We want to get all boxes if possible. His bags are so much cleaner. The phone chat setup is a classic. I remember when I first got like an iPod Touch, I was probably like 18 and playing WoW, but on one monitor. And it had never occurred to me to try to get a second monitor. I don't know why. I don't think I could afford it, or maybe I just didn't know enough to like mess with the setup that it had come with. Use torches to destroy corrupted eggs. Oh. But I wanted to be able to look things up without having to tab the whole game out to go access Wowhead. So I was really excited about having a second internet connected device that I would be able to like look up quests and items and stuff on. I thought I was going to be like really doing it. Oh, hang on. Now I'm on fire. That's not helpful. I'm not doing a very good job of this. I see an egg. Okay, we don't use the button. The button does not make you sprint. How long can you do this for? Oh, 6 more seconds. Okay, we finally helped.
adversary has taken the field. Get in there, soldier.
Had to be a master of alt-tab well into Wrath before I could afford a desktop with 2 monitors. How many do you guys use now? I lived for a long time with 3 and then went down to 2 for a couple of years. Because I insisted that that was all I could ever reasonably use and an extra monitor was just going to distract me. And now I'm back to 3, which for streaming feels like the right number. Without streaming, 2 was good. Event worth if you're under 80. It's a little slow, but it'll give you gear that you can use when you get to 80, and it will give you some experience. 1, 3, 2. Gaming 2, work 3. Plus a tablet for Spotify and tablet things. I have 2, but I used 1 for a long time. Found that 3 was too much. Yeah, I like, so I have 2 landscape monitors, and one of them is vertical, because I love a vertical monitor for stream chat, or just like for my stream setup, because it just makes so much more sense for anything that's going to be like long like that. So, you know, like Discord, Twitch chat, if you were any kind of a feed that you wanted to monitor, which I can't say that I do, but it's nice for Twitch chat. Currently my phone because bed comfy. 3 would be nice just for a stream, TV show, WoW, plus Zoo for a WoW head. Yeah, and then I'll have my game on the middle one, and then my right landscape monitor is where I'll pull up things like Zufu or Wowhead or like a video or something if I'm gonna. Is reading Twitch chat really a good idea? Reading this Twitch chat is. Good day, Hazel, and all. Good day. I will say that if I'm watching any like large stream, like a Blizzard announcement stream or like a Race World First stream, I will always hide the chat. I'm sure there's memes. I'm sure they're funny. I don't got it in me. I will. It's too stimulating. I'll hide it generally. But this stream's good. We're back. Hi, Escape. Happy Sunday. Good day, Hazelnut. Good day to you. Good day to you. That's how they say it. Shuffle some stuff around here. I've come to realize that I don't really like the way that my office is set up, but I don't want to change it because I'm gonna move at some point this summer, hopefully. And I don't want to mess a bunch of stuff around, upset the poor cat, just to do it again in like another month or 2 or whatever it ends up being. So I'm just making myself live with it for now. But I, at one point, reoriented my desk so that because I thought I was going to get more natural light from the window, but it's just worse. And I have like all these noise absorbing foam set up that are now both A, no longer absorbing noise in the best setup, but also B, they're kind of like, they're black and they're kind of darkening that corner of the room. It's not I've had better setups before. I think we can do better than this. Hope you're thriving. I cannot complain one bit. I'm doing my best. Dislike chats that scroll too quickly. I don't know how anybody monitors chats that scroll too quickly. I guess mods for those kinds of chats get really good at their tools. I've never been able to even pause chat scroll. Like, supposedly, if you scroll up a little bit, it'll pause scroll so that you can then, like, take moderator actions. But I've never had that, like, work consistently for me. Lots of mods, too. 2 streams, game on one, Twitch on the other. But the Oblivion remaster really doesn't like that. Oh, no. Have you been enjoying that? I've heard really good things. Office has been, and I don't want to fix it because I'm going to switch which room is the office any day now for approximately 3 years. Sounds like you got to do it. My excuse is my blind cat. You just got. I mean, I love a room reorganize. I love changing furniture around for no clear reason other than just to freshen it up a little bit. Plus, it gives you a good chance to vacuum behind all of the things that have accumulated the really gnarly dust bunnies. I like putting a desk perpendicular to the window. If the window's on this wall, I like putting the desk like kind of here or here-ish. And I don't need a big window in my office because generally speaking during stream time like now I have blackout curtains covering it so that I can control the light coming in and not have it fluctuate a bunch. I don't always close them, but most of the time I do. But then you still want to be able to open them in other times so you don't feel so much like you're in a cave. I've made it a little bit too cave-like for myself right now, I think. I don't think it's spread out very well. If you liked Oblivion originally, you'd love the remaster. Gosh, I haven't played... Like, I loved Oblivion originally, but I haven't played it since 2011. Which was 14 years ago. Ran into some of the bugs from the OG game. I think I want to play less games more. Like I've been not splitting my time a lot lately, but I want to put a little more thought into the games that I am playing. And then just not, I was going to say not worry so much about trying new games. But who do I think I am? Someone that tries new games? Are we kidding? I can't even say that lie. I left my phone in the bumper of my car and it flew off on the road and got run over by other cars. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hope your day's going better than mine. Oh, that's a bummer. New Hearthstone meta since the recent patch is crazy. I have been playing a little bit of BGs. I have not bought the pass though. I've decided this season I'm not doing the season pass. So I've got the 2 hero choices, and I just pick one of them and I go for it.
Let us give them a reason to keep running.
Be totally okay if all I had was WoW, Palia, Baldur's Gate 3, then Animal Crossing Stardew. All I need. Yeah, I think that could keep me busy for basically forever. I would switch out for me, Palia, for Hearthstone Battlegrounds. That'd be pretty much good. I think if I had to, I could play just WoW. Especially because I also have other things I can do, you know? Wouldn't kill me to get out of my house once in a while. I'm also on 2 heroes. Yeah, I don't hate it as much as I thought I would. It's gotten me to play some heroes that I wouldn't have otherwise tried, and sometimes I should have, like, I hadn't been giving them a chance when I should have been. They're also replayable. Housing WoW's gonna feel even a new end game, right? Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna need any other games. Remaster punches you right in the nostalgia. Yeah, maybe I'll look into it at some point. Maybe I'll move into my next house and I'll have a lag of not having internet. I'll just play Oblivion. It'll be 2011 all over again. Hearthstone I can play while doing cardio? That's clever. What is Claire Obscure? Two of you, who I know to be not industry plants, have now mentioned this. Hours in BG3 and I haven't even gotten past part 1 in the story. Next time I try Baldur's Gate, I'm gonna have to turn the difficulty down. Oh yeah, you told me about this. New game, didn't even play it, and I think it's wonderful to watch my partner play it. Turn-based game, Game of the Year contender. French JRPG. Gotcha, okay. I like the phrase French JRPG. Would that not be an FRPG? If I get 8th, I have to play a second game and do more cardio as punishment. I'm glad I'm not the only person who, when I get last place, I'm like, nah, I gotta go back in. Not sure it'd be your thing, but I absolutely loved it. Here, I'll press all my cooldowns at the last 5% of the boss's health. That's a good idea.
Victory for the flames, radiance.
So he gets a belt. He did not need.
but stay
And
on
then the
your
box
guard.
contained
They'll return soon enough.
a trinket, which I also
The sacred
I'll wear it
flame
over the
blesses us
Shattered
with
Essence.
victory. But
It's a
stay vigilant. The
newer
enemy
trinket,
will return
or
to
more
throw
upgraded anyway.
themselves upon our blades once more.
And then I'm gonna buy him a weapon, and I'll probably take him to Dornagal and do some upgrades if I can.
Carry your torch, you light the city.
Because he does need to do one more daily as well.
Step into the light.
A dangerous world calls for
So
inspired
I wanted to get him a
solutions.
great staff, because it's like a really sick appearance. And it's champion.
Imperial steel conquered a continent.
And then he can go to Dornagal, and he can just like hearth there. Does his Hearthstone take him back here? It does. Okay, so that'll take me to Merildar. So I can just teleport to Dornagal. Well. I had a dream that somebody tried to kill me, and they were trying to shoot me, and then they didn't do it. And they decided instead that they were going to put me in a car and then push the car into like a body of water. And I was in the car, and the car starts sinking. And I go, oh no, and I open the door, swim out of the car, and then run away. So it wasn't a very effective method of murder. I don't know what the thinking was. I don't know if I was meant to get away. Was I meant to drown in the car? That's what I get for trying to sleep in. Upgrades. Zoldak, thank you very much for the 41-month resub. They wanted you to be sleeping with the fishes. Thank you very much. Not a nice dream. No, not especially. Dream Moods website.
I will do my duty.
Okay. I'm gonna steal my main's Valor Stones, or at least like 1,000 of them. Because she can definitely spare them. You lose some in the transfer. That's fine. And then I'm gonna upgrade some stuff. See if we can get at least a veteran 4. And then I suppose we can take some things to veteran 8. And that actually gives a new appearance. Actually, probably 5 gives the appearance, wouldn't it? Let's try 5. Yes, yes it does. See if we can take these to 5. Nice. Got
Stay
some
vigilant.
new transmog. Valorstone tariffs are killing my alt army economy. Once the door is below water, it would be difficult to get the door open. That is true. I don't think I actually knew that, but I did in the dream make a point of getting out quick. Note to self. When in sinking car, open door immediately. Okay. We're going back. We've got one more daily to do, and we can then see if we got lucky and got a kitty cat. Smart to have a glass breaker. Yeah, we used to carry those in our cars. Everybody used to give them to each other for Christmas when I was a kid. I don't have one. I should. Stick it in the glove compartment or something. Open the window a little. Can equalize the pressure. I do try not to drive my car into the sea. Although I was on a ferry with my car recently, so I suppose it would have been a possibility. I don't see it as a Christmas present. People used to get like safety multi-tools and kits and stuff for Christmas gifts. And then a lot of scissors. A lot of people giving each other kitchen shears. Is that just my family? If I kept all the things in my car that it's smart to have in my car, I would not have room for myself. Yeah, I need to genuinely put like a blanket in my car because that's just good safety, especially around here. It is not unthinkable that you could be stuck in your car for hours, like waiting for traffic, especially if you get caught in the Malahat. And that can get very cold. So having just like an extra blanket in your car, even if it's not a space blanket, even if it's just like a regular blanket, is a really good idea. And I should do that. I do keep dry shoes and socks in my car. because of sometimes when I go fishing, I end up with wet shoes and socks, and those are no fun to wear home. And then, yeah, I guess a safety tool wouldn't be a bad idea. Okay. Well, his item level's up a little bit. We got like 5 item levels or so. Remember a Mythbusters episode? You had to either open immediately or wait until completely submerged so the pressure is equal. Oh. Oh, I would not like waiting. Metal stands in your headrest act as glass breakers. Oh, I wonder if I would remember that in an emergency. Maybe. Merry Christmas. Please have this anti-drowning device. A lot of flashlights, too. Although flashlights were just generally useful. It was like a big deal to get your own flashlight. I had a red one. I wonder what happened to it. Keep a blanket in Colorado since we drive on Highway 285. Good insurance. Yeah, I have yet to get, like, stuck like that, but I also haven't been driving that long. If I keep having to do the Malahat, then it's probably going to happen to me sooner or later. It only takes one accident to shut that whole place down, and there's nowhere else for you to really go. And you're on a mountain. Not that people perish or anything, but it's just a good idea to have some water and a blanket. One year my sister got us all battery-operated smoke detectors for our homes. It was nice. She likes you. She doesn't want you to die. Part of my I don't need emergency stuff. Yeah, if you're in a city and you can basically get help anywhere, then it's not such a big deal. Presumably. Maybe when I replace my dog blanket, I'll put the old one in the car just for emergencies. My kitchen, or not my kitchen, my living room blanket is like an old fleece from Target that I bought when I moved out into my last place because I wanted to like approximate a couch with an IKEA chair and a blanket. And it worked pretty good. And it was cozy enough for cheap. And then when Moose was a puppy, it kind of became his blanket and he started to really like to chew on it and shake it and like play with it and dig in it. So he, of course, ripped a bunch of holes in it, which was already kind of old to begin with. And I told myself that I was going to get rid of it and replace it with a nicer one that was less mangled by a puppy once he'd kind of grown out of that behavior. And now he definitely has grown out of that behavior, and I just can't bring myself to replace it. It's not even that warm anymore because the heat escapes out the holes. Washes up fine in the wash, though. You want to see it? You want to see Moose's favorite blanket? He might be sleeping on it. We make his bed every night and some mornings by folding it in half and then laying it on top of the couch to make the couch like a little more squishy and comfy for him. And then he sleeps on top of it, so he might be using it. It's Moose's baby blanket. You can't get rid of it. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I feel like even when I wash all the smells off of it, it's still comfy for him, you know? Like he likes it. Oh, he needs the ring, actually. He's got a terrible ring on. Got a veteran staff and a trinket. No dice. However, luckily, the ring happened to be a ring that I didn't have yet, so that's good. I have to remember somehow that this guy has done his weekly thing. If I want to do weeklies, I need to go back up to my warlock or my... No, my paladin did. I did on my priest at 9. No, I didn't do it on my priest, did I? I did it on my priest yesterday. My paladin at 9, this character at 10. So my warlock I can do at 11. That sounds reasonable. And then for dailies, we have more... else. I think I'm going to stick this character on a flight path, and then I'll probably take my break. Get a new blanket, put him side by side, and see if he migrates to the new one. I'd also be afraid that if I kept like a blanket in my car that it would get moldy. Sometimes my car ends up with moisture in it that I can't, it's just hard to not have. It's less so if it's summer and you're driving it every day, but even if you're driving it every day in the winter, it still gets condensation and moisture on the inside, I think just because the air is so humid here. Okay. Get her on a nice flight path, huh? Her Hearthstone will take her to Dornagal, so I kind of want to change her hearth to Merildar. These characters don't really have anything to be doing in Dornigal anymore, so... Or at least nothing important. So you take her here, and I will be right back. Hello, okay, I'm back. He wasn't sleeping on it, he was on his pink chair, so I can show you Missy's special blankie that I kept telling myself I was gonna replace, because he has managed to chew a couple of holes in it. He hasn't really ravaged it in a long time, though. I feel like most of the damage is from when he was a baby. When he was a little shark. Kind of cozy. But yeah, can't bring myself to get rid of it. Not super cold. I just brought it over here. I do love making a blanket for it. Less destroyed than I was imagining. It's fairly tough stuff. It's like a synthetic fabric, so it takes some real doing to gnaw through. How old is Moose now? He's 2. He just turned 2. I can't count in months anymore without sounding like a crazy person. Looks identical to our dog blanket. I'm going the wrong way. What am I doing? Oh, I'm going to set my hearth to Merildar. That was one of the things I wanted to do. Oh yeah, because this says I need 13 things, despite the fact that I just bought one, so it must not be a perfect count.
New reserves
He's
are
now a
ready
young
to
adult.
enter the front lines.
He has
He
so much zest for life. He's such a sweet boy.
Welcome,
right.
outsider.
Set
Pull
my
up a
in
chair.
here.
Wait
Hearthstone
outside.
here. This is Fun Hunter. She's 652, so she should be able to do the quests in reasonably short order. Give a good go for some of this stuff. Oh, we're halfway through 8. I could maybe make it to 9 today. I could maybe make it to Renown 9 today. And that could be a Lynx. We'd have to buy it, you know. It wouldn't be the dropped Lynx, but it's still something. I guess I forget how much rep I get for doing all of this. We'll find out. Because we'll get to do one more weekly at 11.
For the Empire.
Is he still on the quest for the perfect stick? Yeah, likes a good stick. Now he's less. He's able to move on from the sticks better. He basically wants a stick that he can break into equal pieces, and once he has broken it into equal pieces, he will move on, having accomplished his task. I think that's his objective with the sticks. He'll get hung up for a bit if he finds like a really green stick that's too bendy and he can't break it. But if he decides that it's not happening, then he'll just move on. And when he finds the perfect stick, once he's done breaking it, he's finished with it. He no longer needs to keep it. So a beaver. He's either making life much easier or much worse for all of the local landscapers. I try to, if he moves the stick onto someone's lawn, I try to pick up the pieces and then take them off of the lawn and put them somewhere that someone won't have to deal with when they're mowing, at least. Moose mulcher. I call him the chipper. He also likes to trim grass, especially around like the edges of something. If there's just like 4 long blades of grass around like a post or something, he will weed whack them for you. But the problem is that he then wants to eat them, which isn't always ideal. I keep telling him if he wants to mow for people, he has to charge. I think I'm the only one that finds that funny, though. Dog or goat? I feel like Moose would like goats. I don't know if goats would like Moose, but I think Moose would like goats. He could make friends with anything. This one's going reasonably quickly. Not too bad. This is, I think, my favorite hunter. This is the one that I was gonna have as my primary hunter alt for the season, so she's got the best gear. Cat recently tore through my window screen trying to get at a bird in the bushes outside. Holy. My goodness. How do you replace that? I've often wondered, like I've seen places that have damaged window screens, and maybe they're in standard sizes or something, but they all seem like a little bit different, and like it would be difficult to find another one to fit if you did want to replace it. You have to pick up the special window screen thread and darn it. I don't know. I'm very wary right now of any indoor buggies because I got a couple of bug bites on vacation that I am not happy about. Join the stream. What are we up to? I am doing Nightfall dailies and as many characters as I can get through to get these bags. Hoping for transmog and hoping for the Void Scarred Lynx mount as well. Here, let me make sure that I have... I meant to turn it on. I did. Good. Yeah, trying for the kitty cat mount and as much transmog as we can get along the way. I'm assuming I've just got to pay my landlord to replace it. Doesn't it seem crazy someone gave Moose up, didn't see his best dog? I mean, we don't know his exact story. I think he was born on the street. I think him and his siblings were born either outdoors or maybe someone brought in like a pregnant dog and she had her litter in care. We don't know any of his backstory. He was pretty young when we got him. They said he was pretty skittish when he came in, but that could have just been from a different shelter. Sometimes we don't really have like a lot of like stray dogs around here, so shelters will bring in dogs from other areas of the province or from other provinces, and they'll never know. But yeah, he's the absolute best dog. I can't imagine ever choosing a different dog or not having Moose. He's just so, I mean, all dogs are like this and everybody's obsessed with their dog, but he's just like so unique. He's very much himself. He's really unmistakable. Frames, you could probably get a custom size made without too much expense if needed. Yeah, I got one bug bite, and I don't know who bit me, but it's on my knuckle right here, like right in front of my knuckle. So like there's no leaving it alone to let it heal. Like every time my hand moves, it moves. And it's just swollen enough that you can feel it every time you bend your finger. And it is the pettiest complaint that I've been this upset about. Cranky about it. When we were leaving, my husband was like, I don't want to concern you, but when I was packing up our stuff from the bed, I noticed there was a bug on your pillow. And I didn't really know what kind of bug it was, but it kind of looked like a beetle, but it had like little arms that like went like this. And, but it was pretty small. And I'm like, it kind of sounds like a tick. And he's like, yeah, it kind of looked like a tick, but it probably wasn't a tick. So when we got home, we were like, oh, we both like checked each other over and like washed all of our clothes and took like really hot showers. And neither of us have any ticks or bites as far as we can tell. We cleaned everything that we brought back with us, but I was unnerved. I had a tick bite once when I was a tween, and I remember every detail because I hated it. This is why I don't go outside. Yeah, makes home feel nice. I've never had a tick in my place here. We learned that our rescue was picked up on the street, had a microchip, they contacted the owner, and they didn't come pick him up. Oh. Love nature, but I hate it when it decides that I'm delicious. Oh. Yeah, that was the worst part about the outdoor hot tub, is the outdoor hot tub was really nice. And like the coziest time to use it was sort of dusk, but that was also like the most mosquito time to use it. Upstate New York, and ticks are the reason I don't go fishing anymore. Yeah. No fun. How are we doing? This is our second of 3 dailies over here. Some water. One thing that going on vacation kind of made me want to do, though, is explore some of the places around here a little more. There's all kinds of, like, cute coffee shops and little gift shops and places that are just like the places that I was excited to go to on vacation. And they're, like, right around here, and I've never been because I live here. You know, like, It's hard when you could just go home and then not spend any money because you're just home. It's a little easier to justify spending money on stuff like that when you're on vacation, but, check some of it out. Does Canada not have aquatic venomous snakes? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Even our terrestrial snakes are generally harmless. At least where I live. Outdoor hot tub. Struck me as asking for a water moccasin to take up residence. I think you'd be able to see it pretty quickly. Also, I feel like it would not live long. They're pretty chlorinated. People, at least the one that I was using, was well treated.
The Nerubians are attacking Tanir's ascent.
We're going this way.
Destroy their siege weapons.
Yeah, we were pretty fearless outside because Salt Spring doesn't even have very many bears. It's not common for a bear or a cougar to be seen. There's actually cougar sightings in Victoria, around kind of like uptown Saanachie area, which is not far. No one's like caught the cat yet, but people have just seen it like walking around parking lots and like up and down people's neighborhood streets and stuff. Kind of wild. I've never seen one in my life, and I'm not in a hurry to. Happens now and then, though. Maybe I'll get one of those hats that has the big eyes on the back of it. Love Victoria, so jelly that you live there. It's nice. Town mascot? Town mascot. I feel like the town mascot would be like a really violent deer. Just like a mama deer who's just enraged. Or I think about the raccoons. Little packs of raccoons. Most I've seen is cougar tracks, which means that cougars have likely seen me. How does it make you feel to know that a cougar saw you and then just like didn't worry about it? Is that like comforting? Is it insulting? Is it flattering? You know, you weren't worth the trouble? Cougar or cougar. Somebody made that joke. I was reading one of the news articles about a cougar sighting, and there was a woman from the area where it was who was like, I thought the only cougar around here was me. I love that for her. Seemed to be in very good spirits about the whole thing. And we do it terribly. Not so good. Thought I heard somebody sneeze, but not so much. Ghost doggies. I wonder how long it would take me to get the rest of this stuff if I just did. I mean, you can do the dailies on alts as well. Like, you can take 70 plus characters and do these dailies. I don't think I would need to, though. I think by the time I've done 6 characters, I'm pretty much... It's going to take me about 3 hours to do, especially if I'm stopping to do the actual hourly event. 77%, huh? There's 25 things that could come from the cultist bag. We have everything except for a cloak, purple cleaver, purple halberd, and then the cat, it looks like. I think finishing like one of the categories of items, like all of the purple armor, would make it a little bit easier for me to grasp what I actually needed to do. Is this my third one? I think it is. Oh, this character should send some Valor Stones to another character as well, actually. Maybe before she opens any of these bags or turns them in. Because she's capped too. I feel like she doesn't have the crests to use anymore though, because she's 652.
We are the holders of hope.
Yeah,
Belladar
that's fine.
shine on you.
I'll do it. I'll do it later. Drum roll. No luck with no. Got some things. Not the ones we're looking for. I think what I ought to do. She doesn't need. No, she's got a champion weapon. Seeing if she needed any champion gear. Oh yeah, I can take her back to Merildar. That's right. Yeah, she's got about 36k too. That seems to be the amount of gold that my alts are left with after I get them to 80. Who wants Valor Stones? Which of my characters need them? My Warlock maybe could use some. She's fairly fresh. Because I already ripped 1,000 of them on my mage. Yeah, it is a little annoying that you can't send currency. This way works, but that occurred to me when I was opening up my thing, being like, just let me mail it. Just let me send it away. How is boy? He's alright. He's not dead. That's the bar, isn't it? Valor Stones, yeah. So she's kind of getting a little high in Valor Stones too. I will Hearth Herd of Dornagal, and I'll just get her back to whatchamacallit some other way. Because she definitely has some upgrades she can slam. The 3 alts look like they've never seen the sun. What do you mean? My Warlock is in a bikini. She's the sunniest. She's wearing a pink bikini. And shades. This is the most sun-forward transmog I could possibly wear. Oh, you mean like her skin tone. Yeah, I feel like tanning. Maybe the ability for skin to tan. Would that still continue once you're dead? There's a thought chain that I don't know if I want to follow. Can you tan when you're dead? Don't need an extra one of those. Oh man. She's got some garbage in her bags. Once you're dead, you tan in the sense of leather. Mm.
How fair.
True. She don't have any veteran gear on anymore. I guess not in like transmog slots. Fascinating. So we can get our champion stuff up to at least 4 of 8. Easy. Doesn't have enough whatchamacallums though to get, or crest to get higher than that. This is good though. This is definitely spending some Valor Stones that she needed to spend.
Farewell.
Puts her up to 648. I like the autocorrect from mummification to mama vacation. For this Mother's Day, get your mom a mama vacation. Hello to the room, to the newly Mrs. Hazel. Thank you very much. Alright, so we did a tribute dailies there. These characters could use some. They could probably also steal some Valor Stones. I'm sure they could use them. They would not have a whole lot of armor on. I could gear them out of the bank, actually, if I had thought to try that. Yeah, maybe I should take a look and see if they need to wear anything. What's her item level? 603. So yeah, she is wearing some old stuff. Let's pick up our
We
dailies.
are the seekers of light. May the shadows pass you.
Let's drop a war bank. I haven't really been stocking it with the stuff that I've gotten lately, but that's okay. Should have something in it. We can make a little bit of room. So she definitely can wear... I've got 4 pairs of champion male boots. My goodness. Boots, chest, bracers. Yeah, she needs all of it, doesn't she? Pants. Yep. Helmet. Definitely. Kind of surprising she ever made it to 603. And then that's a belt. Any trinkets? Yep. What is that? That's a baleful excerpt. And a hallowed tome, sure. And then maybe ring. Nope. Finger. Yes. At least one of them. And then neck. Yeah. What about a cloak? Yeah. Lovely. Okay. see what that does to random level. Oh, I should check for a gun too. She's got to have a crossbow or something in there. Oh, hang on. She doesn't need that baleful tome. We can stick that back. There's a gun. That'll do it. Loved being able to do that. Clear up some space, use some new stuff. 626. And then she has no Valor Stone, so she can pretty safely take from Anthus or Boppin. Let's take 1,000 from Boppin. Did my sound get muted? Testing 1, 2. I don't think so. Looks okay.
Lucky doos you like.
And then she can probably, next time she's up at, next time I'm up at Dornegal, I can probably do a good work with, Catalyst. I can catalyze myself like a 4 set. Maybe I should do that early. Just to have it.
Your feet find good
Did you catch the matrimonial link on? My partner actually got one a couple days before our wedding because he was testing out a fishing spot to take his brothers to. And he caught one. I have its head in my freezer. I have some vague ideas about making fish stock. Okay, do I want to just do the dailies now? Probably. This will take me to Dornegal. I wonder if I should send some upgrades. No, I don't even have any crests. We can do the dailies. Daily time. Oh, she's going to have them in... It's a bit strange, isn't it? I wonder why my quest tracker's not, like, showing them. They should be in all the right locations. Hello? Oh, there we go. I don't know how I did that, but I had hidden everything. Nothing says happy marriage like a lingcod in the freezer, right? That's what I think. It was delicious. It was really good. It had a lot of fish on it, so we had a good meal. We've got some more fillets in the freezer. I need to get more creative about cooking fish because we're catching a lot of it. Basically what I do is I fry it. I make some version of fish and chips, and that's kind of all I got. I need to expand my repertoire. Order now, rating up to get PvP crates. Oh. Ooh, fish taco sounds pretty good. A little lime juice, a little chili powder. Am I doing this right? Yeah, more or less. I have so many hunters and I played them at different times of my life, so their keybinds are not exactly the same. Cabbage. There's my sound. There you go. Maybe this is the character that's going to get the cat mount to drop. What does she still need? Gloves. Just gloves. How was your wedding? Hope it was all you hoped for. Thank you very much. It very much was. It was beautiful. We were very happy with it. It was a big, exciting week with a lot going on. We got really tired. We had one day on our honeymoon where we were both just like, I can't get up. You want to go back to sleep? Okay. Weddings are exhausting. And we did the easy version of it. We didn't really have to do very much organizing or anything, but we did a pretty casual thing, and it was still a lot. Although I'm tired if I go to the grocery store instead of having it delivered, so my bar's really in the floor. Remember our wedding night? We fell asleep watching Milan that happened to be on TV. Aww.
We must prepare for Belladar to shift. For the Empire.
I had a thought. I lost it though. Wedding's internally stressful. Exhausted person. It's nice to have it all kind of gone well though. You know, like we went, we got married, we got some lovely pictures, we got to celebrate with family. Everybody's happy, getting everything's sorted. The leftovers have been rehomed appropriately. You know, it's all taken care of. It's nice because I think that was one thing that was like just a bunch of it's wonderful, but it's also a bunch of stuff on the calendar, and with moving going on or trying to house hunt at the same time, it was a lot. It's nice to have that wrapped up nicely. I don't think we're going to be using Mr. Nutty 2. Nice to get all the photos eventually. Yeah, that'll be lovely. We have a folder with everybody's, like, the photos people took on their phones, like, of the weekend, and then we have a couple of early photos, but it'll be good to see the whole batch of them. I wish you the best of luck with your ultrasound. Show us wedding band. I did get one that goes with my ring. I can show you. Let's see here. That one. Hang on. There you go. So the curved one is the wedding band, and it kind of fits right around the engagement ring. I feel very fancy. I feel very fancy. I have a plain band that I can wear for days that I want to not be as fancy, or just like if I'm going fishing and I don't want to worry about my rings, I have just like a plain rose gold band that I can put on instead. We were joking that I shouldn't wear it around the property manager because they'll think they're not charging us enough rent. Giving Galadriel. I was saying that I felt like a queen Hazel. Those are the queen's jewels. Well, I'm happy. My partner was very sweet. He was very committed to figuring out exactly what I would like, which was a challenge because I didn't really know what I would like until we had looked at a lot of different options and styles. I didn't even know what I wanted, and he was very determined that we look at stuff together, figure out what was gonna work and what we liked, and then could find something that would still surprise me but also be to my liking. It was very nice. One of the benefits of not having a surprise engagement. A lot of folks use alternate bands. I know silicone bands are very popular. If I ever get worried about my metal ring, I could see myself using that as well. Or getting one for my partner. He has tapered fingers, so it's a bit harder for his ring to stay on. My knuckles are big enough that if I have a ring on, it's not going anywhere unless I help it off. Petition the government to put your face on the currency over Charles. Oh dear. Healthcare folks wear the silicone ones there. There's also nothing that says you have to wear a ring. My mom's married and she doesn't wear one. She's a masseuse. And Just doesn't really like fussy stuff on her hands. Doesn't want to have to worry about losing it. Am I still on this first quest? No, I'm on a second one. Right? Yeah. Okay, I'm on the second one. I have 6. I forgot. I must have picked up... I picked up an extra batch that is down in Ashket, so I can do 6 on this character. I also need to be aware that in 5 minutes, it's going to be event time again. I think I'm going to do it on my... I mean, I guess I could do it on this character. It doesn't really matter, does it? Maybe I should do it on whichever character is missing the most armor? Because I think this tends to give you things that you can use. So I should maybe do it on not a hunter. Maybe I should do... No, I already did Anthus, didn't I? Ring tattoos are totally a thing. They are totally a thing. The one thing to consider with ring tattoos, though, not that you're suggesting it, but hand tattoos tend to wear out eventually. You replace so much skin in your hands because you use them so much that your hand tattoos will fade much faster than tattoos on other parts of your body. So if you wanted to have a ring tattoo and you wanted it to not, you would maybe want to do something fairly simple and not super detailed, and you would maybe need to get it touched up over time. That's one of the reasons I don't have any hand tattoos. That, and it's nice being able to cover my tattoos with sleeves if I need to. Not that it's really come up for me. I jokingly pitched wearing one of those new smart tracker rings in place of my wedding band because I'm not super into rings and my spouse was unamused. Do you have to refresh arm tattoos as you get older? You don't have to. Your tattoos will, depending on how much sun exposure they get, and maybe other factors, wear and tear, they will fade over time. You can get them touched up to kind of sharpen up the edges, and that can help them look fresher. But you can also just let them fade. You'll see people in their 60s and 70s that have tattoos that are just really worn in, and that's a look all by itself. I think that getting them touched up is great, but it's also optional. Could use some touch-ups. Yeah, my right arm was done 10 years before my left arm. This tattoo is much older. I got this when I was like 19 or so. And from a distance it looks fine, but when you compare it, when you can kind of compare the detail, let me see if I can get like a shot of some of it. It's definitely a little more faded. The artist did a good job of not doing it in a way that would fade super, like get super fuzzy, but like the little tips of the branches especially are a little fuzzy compared to the sharpness that is in this one, which is much newer. My birdies. But I don't have any plans to get any of them touched up at this time. Could do. I'd be more likely to just get newer ones. But mine also haven't aged that much, or at least my right arm hasn't aged that much, because I don't get a ton of sunshine, and when I do, I tend to cover up. I tend to wear layers or sunscreen or both, because I sunburn real easy. Colored circular bits? Flowers, yeah, they're flowers. They're meant to be kind of cherry blossoms. It was sort of like a fantasy cherry blossom inspired tree at the time. I didn't communicate with my artist very well. I was very young and incredibly anxious, and it was scary just to be getting a tattoo in the first place, let alone talking to somebody. And my artist was very good, very talented, kind of grouchy. I did not connect with them very well. So what I had wanted was for the tree to be elbow up and then for roots to be elbow down. And I did not manage to get that across. Or maybe he just didn't want to do it, or didn't think it was a good idea. It didn't work out that way. I like it though. I don't mind. Giggled the whole time they did mine on my chest. I was really scared before I got my first one, which is on my back shoulder blade. I thought it was going to hurt really bad, and then I was surprised when it really didn't hurt that much. But that was also like a fairly easy place to get tattooed. It's also a good place to get tattooed if you want to never remember that you have a tattoo because it's on your back. I never see it. I guess that's my oldest tattoo. I forgot. This one came second. The maple leaf that I have on my shoulder came first. I forget about that. I don't ever see it. I got that like while I was away in Toronto. And I remember waking up in the hotel the morning after getting it with the sheets kind of sticking to it and being like, oh my god, I got a real tattoo. I actually did that. No going back. Freaking out just a tiny bit. I don't remember if I told my parents right away. I was an adult. I was 18. What am I doing? I am 77% through one of these. I don't know why it's not tracked. 39 and my parents still don't know I have tattoos. Wow. I mean, depending on how often you see them, I feel like that can't be that hard to get away with. You just... Also, depending on where they are. It is event time. Right, you're right. Good call. Thank you for the reminder. I was forgetting. Here, track that so we can have that up for next time. But we're going... should I do it on... it doesn't matter. I need to do it on like a leather wear or like another strength character, but I don't have one handy. I'll just do it on this. Got the first one away at college 21 and definitely did not tell my parents until like a month later. I don't think anybody really minded. But I had pretty, I don't know, understanding parents. I think by the time I reached adulthood, they just wanted me to be happy. I see, I see. I feel like after a certain age, it'd be weirder to tell my parents about a tattoo than to just not. They don't really need to know or care. Yeah, I feel like for me, I wouldn't like bring it up, but I also wouldn't hide it. But I also, you know, everybody's got their own relationships with their parents. It might not go over well with everybody.
Get in there, soldier.
Mom took me to get my first tattoo at 17.
In hardship, kindness.
Do your parents have tattoos? Mine certainly don't. I'm the only person in my family to have any. I don't think anybody else has shown any inclination or interest in getting any tattoos. One thing that I just don't bring up. Although maybe they have tattoos and they're not telling me. Mom has a few matching one of her old dogs. Aww.
Eliminate those Sareki before they overwhelm our forces.
Thought I would have more reactions from getting face piercings, but did not. Guess it wasn't surprising for me. Yeah, nobody was particularly surprised when I dyed my hair as a teenager. I would put like the manic panic pink and green and purple streaks in or whatever. Very 2007 MySpace. And I don't think I ever asked if I could do it. Maybe I did. I don't know. But I also don't think anybody was surprised. I think it exactly lined up with what kind of teenager I was at the time. In the grand scheme of things, I think hair dye is one of the least of the troubles your children can get into. Mom would help me dye my hair fun colors as a teenager, which I really appreciated. I remember once at my friend's place, I made a point of not using gloves to dye my friend's hair blue. And I dyed my hands blue, and I was like really proud of it. Like, I don't know why. I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. No one has blue hands but me. And they were like Smurf blue. Right up to the wrist. And I thought I was really doing something. I don't think it lasted terribly long. couple of days. It was funny though. As for purple in high school, they let me get purple highlights, not the whole head.
Allies require our support. Hurry.
Yeah, I think the worst thing that letting your teens dye their hair is going to do is ruin your towels. Stain your bathroom. I've definitely ruined a few towels. Well, I guess it depends on your definition of ruined. I would bleach stain and dye stain my towels, but I would just keep using them. They still worked as towels. They were my towels. I was never terribly concerned about it. It's one of my favorite things about being an adult and having your own things is you can damage them in whatever way you see fit. Haven't had pink hair in 4 years and my dryer is still stained pink from washing towels and shirts that I used when dyeing my hair. I used to take a lot of bubble baths, and when I had my hair dyed, the back of the tub where I rested my damp hair would take on like color stains of whatever color my hair was at the time. And it was a rental, so I would have to clean it out of the tub, and I found that my favorite way of doing that was just to use, very carefully, straight bleach. I would pour or use like a damp rag with direct bleach. I would wear gloves and I would turn on the fans, but I would do direct bleach on it, leave it for like 2 minutes and then rinse it off. Definitely took the dye out. Probably didn't need to be direct, but it worked great. Shirts and towels dedicated just for dyeing my hair. I don't know if I have any anymore that have any of the hair dye like stains on the collar. It's kind of like a comfy thing. I kind of miss those. Tattoos weren't a thing back in the day here. Pretty much only criminals, soldiers, sailors had them. Self-made from pen ink and other substances. Yeah. Mom never let me cut my hair, pick my own clothes. Never let me dye my hair. Some parents are definitely like that. But when I got a septic piercing, she didn't care. It's funny. Picking your battles, I guess.
Defenses to ash before they turn the tide of battle.
There we go. We need another 550 rep to get to 9. Which would be a great thing to do, because then I could get a cat. It wouldn't be the void cat, but it would be another Lynx mount. Painting clothes, really? That just makes me want to tie-dye. I think I tie-dyed clothing one time at camp. And it was really fun. Although I think I was disappointed with how mine turned out. I think I did a bad job and made it kind of muddy, and other people had prettier tie-dyes. But it was still fun. I could see myself doing that again one day, just for fun. I don't know if I would wear tie-dyed clothing. Maybe. You can see me roll up on stream in a big tie-dyed shirt. Didn't come out right. It had random highlights of blue. I used to, for a long time, would just put color on top of my hair without lightening at first, and my hair is dark enough that that'll give you like a little hint of color, but it's not gonna be very visible. I think it took me a while to figure out that if I wanted the color to show, I needed to bleach it first. Tie-dyed in art class in grade school, but I didn't have a white shirt, and mine was yellow, so it didn't look so good. Aww. You can tie-dye shoes, right? I feel like that would be kind of cool. Like a white pair of shoes. Although I don't know if any of the shoes that I actually wear that are supportive enough for my grown lady feet would take well to tie-dyeing. I think my scenario stopped giving me jobs. The tie part of the dye could be tricky. We used to use rubber bands, I feel like. I don't know. I think I just want to play with arts and crafts. I'm just missing kindergarten. Give me some finger paints. Fly way out and back and you can fix the job thing. Yeah, I probably should. I haven't had that bug in a while. Miss Macrame, however it's spelled. I bought some macrame on Etsy a couple of years back. I wanted some macrame plant hangers to hang up some of my house plants in. Got exactly what I paid for. It was great. They're cute. I still have some of them. Actually, I think I still have all of them. I'm just not using them all. I toned down my plant addiction a little bit to make it easier to keep on top of watering them. I still have lots of houseplants, but I had a problem for a while. It used to be really fun braiding and making like friendship bracelets. We used to have those kits that had like the sort of cotton twine, like the thick cotton thread, and there would be all kinds of like patterns that you could learn. They would usually come with a book, and you would like tie them in different patterns to make like anklets and bracelets and stuff to give to your friends, and there'd be beads you could put in them. That was like a whole hobby as a kid that I feel like we never did again. Loved making those. Wasn't that fun?
The cowardly crawlers are retreating. Rally to me, and we will finish this fight.
I think I can start giving friendship bracelets to my neighbors. Gimp bracelets, the plastic lace. Oh, yeah. I feel like I can remember what that smelled like. We had a lot of, like, jewelry making kids.
Let their arrogance fuel your spirit. Their fear guide your
I
blade.
forgot about those.
We will stand victorious.
The knot tying ones took forever. I feel like those were just invented to keep children busy. I'm gonna Google this. I feel like I kind of remember what the Gimp bracelets were, but I also don't. Oh, yeah, that's right. I do remember making those. That was a whole thing. Yeah, that's the smell that I'm thinking of, is the plastic from those. I love doing that. That just brought me way back. Things we used to do before scrolling. What about Shrinky Dinks or whatever they were called? I'm Googling this. Don't make me regret it. Shrinky Dinks. That I did not do. It looks cute though. We would do... Sometimes, it wasn't really a jewelry thing. We would do like the perler bead crafts where you would arrange the plastic beads and then iron them to melt them together. I had a latch hook rug kit that I liked doing a lot. My sister's one I was really jealous of though. Hers was like a sheepdog. It would make like a little rug wall hanging that I really wanted. I was kind of looking for one of them actually to try to do one again, but I should probably finish the crafts that I have. I needed Hazel's daily cross-stitching hour. I just need an hour every day where I say no to everything, make a pot of tea, and do some cross-stitching on my couch so that I actually have a chance of finishing this Christmas stocking before next Christmas. Hard to find now. We have a lot of fiber craft places and stores around here. I feel like for me, like I would want to get into those, but I would make like one thing and then I would have no further cause to make or display any more things. I can't cross stitch on stream. I think I tried once. Mine is a counted cross stitch, and I have not got the mental capacity to count stitches and talk to chat. I lose my place 1000% of the time. If I want to not just start improvising, I need to be paying attention when I'm cross stitching. I can't even have particularly exciting music on. Growing up, my sister used to be able to knit in front of the TV. She'd be able to like watch friends and knit things, and I could never do that. I had to count. I had to pay attention. I would make things with large holes if I tried to multitask while crafting. I'm trying to think of like what I could use the friendship bracelet kits for now as an adult. Keychains? Bookmarks. probably make a nice bookmark. I need a bookmark. I keep using pens. Sometimes it's nice just to have little crafted things sort of like woven into your life that someone put some effort into making. When did you first start streaming? 2014, I think? 11 years ago? Off and on. A little bit on Twitch, and then I was on YouTube for a few years, then I came back to Twitch. And I didn't always stream 5 days a week. I streamed 2 days a week for a lot of it. Although I guess I've been 5 days a week for years now. I adore getting things like that as gifts.
Blesses us with victory.
What did I get? I got some chainmail.
The enemy will return to
And
throw
the box
themselves upon
had
our blades once more.
nothing. What about that box? Boots. Veteran boots. Oh, I needed the appearance though, so that's good. And then I've got an emblem of service, which I feel like I'm just gonna spend. I want to start getting...
Belladar shift in your favor. Beware the shadows.
2 emblems of service. Yeah.
I support our army with the finest blades.
So yeah, you can get anything. There's a wand. I should buy the warclaves, because when else am I gonna get them? There's an int dagger. I should turn on
Don't stand a chance against my blades.
Can I mog it to show this more easily? Was Twitch better than YouTube viewer-wise? YouTube was better than Twitch viewer-wise for me, especially because my audience base was mainly on YouTube. But even with less viewers, I made more money on Twitch because of Twitch Prime. And that was what ultimately convinced me to switch, is I could do the exact same stream for the same amount of time, and I could make 30+% more income from it just because people had Prime subs they were able to give. I started gardening this year. 4 raised beds, 4 by 4 feet each. Oh, I am jealous. Square foot gardening thing. Things growing, sprouting up. What did you plant? Are you using a book? Are you using the internet? Are you winging it? I'm so jealous. It's my dream. Okay, so I could buy male pants. I guess I could just get the leather gear. I could just buy leather stuff specifically. And that way I don't need to get a leather character level. I could just buy it off of the vendor. Interesting. That's probably a good idea, because those things won't drop for me. I don't think. It binds when you pick it up, though. So if I actually wanted to use a piece of champion gear on this character, I think I'll do this cloak. Blasphemer, thank you very much for the 71-month resub. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you're having a lovely Sunday. Planting books and the internet. Bush beans, garlic, onions, carrots, tomatoes, cucumbers. Delicious. 5-gallon buckets for potatoes. Very good. Very good.
The sacred flame tempers not just our souls, but my steel.
Okay. Cool. Oh yeah, and I guess I could buy another thing as well.
A dangerous
What can I
world
get that
calls
this
for
character
inspired
actually needs?
solutions.
She's wearing a veteran gun. I could put the champion legs on. It's nice when you can actually equip this stuff.
Imperial steel conquered a continent.
And then I think I'm gonna nip up to Dornegal just to catalyze some stuff real quick. Bought the square foot gardening book. Oh, square food. Yeah, I feel like I would want to try that too. My internet plants are coming along grand. Just grand. I must get somebody to water them while I'm away on holiday. Okay, so catalyst and then maybe some upgrades? Question mark.
Do you have a query? Work cycle interrupted.
Alright. Oh man, this is gonna take a while. What theme are you thinking of doing for your house next expansion? I don't know if I was gonna pick a theme. I think I was just gonna do things that I liked. I think my theme was going to be Hazel's taste. See how important it is to me to be cohesive. It may work out to be not that important. Well, this is getting me lots of transmog. Housing, when is it to start? Pre-patch-ish of next expansion, or like between pre-patch and expansion launch. So before midnight, but after, not soon. We're gonna have a whole other raid tier of this expansion first. We're not done with the War Within yet. Nice. Getting lots of mog today.
Much to be done.
And then getting to 5, does that give me another? Yeah, it does give me more transmog. So we pop the 4s up to 5. Probably does it for all of them, eh? If you have the stones for it. Hazel, can you stop mogging? Never. Nope. And we are out of stuff. Okay.
May you find what you seek.
Wondering how clutch it is to go back and level my professions and all those past X-Packs. It's not a bad idea. People are doing it. If I was a better person, I would be doing it. If I was less lazy, I would probably be doing it too.
I have many wares.
Vendor that. Put on my champion's cape. Okay, perfect.
Farewell, friend of the Grummles.
Alright, we got more tailings to do. Maybe we'll do them from the bottom up. We can start in Ajgahet and move our way up. Beware of TBC engineering, probably the most expensive. Oh. Arison's doing it. Old professions. Timeline just set around winter. When do you think a good time is to start leveling my characters? At least 3 of them in time for midnight? If you just want to level them and you don't want to mess with anything else, I would wait until at least the next raid tier comes out. Which is probably going to be like, what? Late summer? Fall-ish? If we were guessing. Let's do this one first. Or remix. Yeah, that would be a good time to do it too. Currently fixated on making Shadowlands missions tables till Double Gathering makes money again. Alright. I'm gonna get 6 bags. I'm gonna open them for chances at this cat. At least our damage should be not great, but a little bit better than it was. I should probably stop pulling things now, though. This was the first hunter that I leveled in this expansion. I wanted a night elf to be the most night elfy night elf that ever night elfed. Look at her go. She's perfect. She is lovely. I feel like I can't play and really get into a character though unless they have a little bit of stink on them. Like they need to, there needs to be something a little weird or a little ugly or a little different or a little wonky. I feel like they can't be too perfect and pretty, otherwise I just don't get into it. I don't they need to match my soul. Good. Hello, Mr. Sonic Jen. I hope you've been having a lovely weekend. Keep going back to a night elf obsession. Every 3 or 4 years, I'm like, I need to be a night elf, or at least I need to make one. And then I start, usually a new night elf hunter. Almost always a hunter. Sometimes a druid, mostly a hunter. And then I level it and I play it like this. I give her some name, something like this. And then something else commands my attention instead. Neltally, thank you very much for the 22-month resub. Appreciate it. Hazel's alive. Yeah. I never really... I mean, I guess I had a Night Elf Warrior for a minute, but I guess I don't think I do anymore. Who's my male Night Elf? Night Flame, my Demon Hunter. I think of him as less of a Night Elf and more of a Demon Hunter. I feel like Demon Hunter is a race to me. I know that they're Night Elves or Blood Elves. But in my brain, they're just Demon Hunters. Something about the horns really sets them aside from the other elves. Do an Elephar and ult for Dinars to redeem heroic raid mogs. That's clever. That's a good plan. I've known that I was always Night Elf at heart when Teldrassil burned and I was outraged. I have only been playing Night Elves ever since. I think I identify most closely with gnomes. That's what feels like. If I had to stick to only one race, I think I would be a gnome. For better or for worse. In shortness and in health. What's funny is I have even another hunter that isn't current season geared but is level 80. It's the Horde one that I leveled for. I wanted to do something Horde-y. I don't remember what, but I wanted to have a Horde 80 for something. I think what is missing for me though is gnomes that aren't just into tech. I don't see my priest as a particularly engineering technical gnome. I feel like it's a stereotype that she would be into that kind of stuff, and she's like that one person that's like, yeah, you'd think I would be, but I don't know. Which button turns it on? Which is me whenever you give me an engineering item to use, actually. I'll carry around the jumper cables to res people in dungeons, and then someone will die, and I'll walk over to them, and I'll be clicking them, and then clicking the button, and be like, why isn't it working? Everyone's dying. I don't have time for this. And then I'll give up and have accomplished nothing. I think being technically inept was very on brand for my priest. He turned off and on again. I don't know, man. Also, I am renowned 9. I can buy a kitty cat. What do you get at 10? Title? Title. And then a extra Sacred Flame buff or something. I haven't really been keeping track of those buffs. I'm assuming they're good. Really like Draenei too? That starting zone was so nice. Ammon Vale's very peaceful. I like the big moths. Okay. Reminds me of a New Age album. Oh, the music? I like Draenei a lot. I could never really get over the Lady Draenei spines, though. They get some really harsh anterior pelvic tilt. And the males don't. And it seems deliberate. Like I could never quite get over it. I know their knees also go backwards, so it's not like we're really comparing them to humans, but they're something.
I cannot falter.
You know, you just can't compete with that. The male extreme feature is the shoulder width. That is true, actually. I'd never thought of it that way before. That's a good point. not very realistic shoulders, and also not very similar to the females. Got a male Draenei in the recalibrator once and was uncomfy. Yeah, hypocritically enough, I love male Draenei.
May the shadows
I don't think I have any lately. I don't think I have a male Draenei right now. That's a problem. Excuse me, my female Draenei paintings are art. What's this quest for? Another one of these guys?
When shadow falls, lamplighters rise.
No,
Be
actually.
strong, my
Just a regular quest. I'm gonna have 6 boxes to open. There's no way that we don't get the cat mount.
You are right to be afraid.
This one takes me the longest. This is by far my least favorite of these quests. Oh, 5%? 11, okay. Yeah, it's not gonna be done in a hurry. It's not bad though. Hazel Itch was a male Draenei. I don't know if I have him anymore though. I think he may have been purged along with the other Hazel names. I feel like I need a male Lightforged Draenei. Kind of like a Tepartos kind of situation. Don't enjoy mogging them because they're hooves? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a male Blood Elf and a male Void Elf. I need a male Draenei. He should be a shaman. Or a shaman. Needed a shaman anyway. You're here at shaman because you can give him dual fish to slap people with. I feel like the weapons would be very large on a Draenei. I feel like the fish would be very noticeable. Very fish forward. Slap it with full-size tuna. We were joking on vacation that we were gonna catch a tuna. There was like what looked like a bait ball and some seagulls diving, and we were like, listen, if we could just cast into that, it'll happen, I swear. Missed you, Hazel. Thank you very much. We're back. Week went fast. Had to take my dog out. Beautiful day. Yard's fenced in, but gotta stay with her because of hawks. Oh. New animations they've been giving shamans. Oh, I didn't know they were doing that. Cat likes to sleep on top of shelves and other high places. Then he rolls in his sleep, and I'm afraid he's gonna roll off. I bet you he'd land on his feet. But scary, yeah. My cat jumped off the couch into a water bowl and soaked one of her legs and was very unhappy about it last night. But she's blind. She can't see where she's going. Although the water bowl has been there for years, so I don't know. I think she just forgot. Baby girl. She was so happy my first day home after vacation. She was just strutting around going meow, 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 meow. Had a big cuddle. Nice kitty. Okay, I want to pull all of that, but I think it's a bad idea. I only need another 8% anyway. Will Para have the best shaman totems? If I was gonna be a Volpera, I feel like it would be a melee, like a rogue or a warrior. Telling you everything you missed while away. And it's funny, Moose was so tired, and she was just all chipper. She was happy as a clam.
Welcome surprise.
Oopsies. Let's see what I'm gonna do here. You finally got the leather bracers from the satchel. Your satchel grind is over. Congratulations, Oldak. That's wonderful. Just in time. We woke up to our dog having rolled into the gap between the mattress and the footboard of the bed and no clue how long he'd been that way. And I guess this is my life now. Look on his face. Oh. Dog is 13. Stands in one spot. Stares. Having a good think. So this one's up here. Lucy had a really cute cuddle with me last night. He was on the couch and he kept worming his way more and more on my lap. And then he like rolled on his back, so his like the back of his head was on my lap and he was just looking up at me like, "Hi. Why did you go away? Why didn't you take Moose? I'm just gonna sleep right on top of you." He's so sweet. Okay. We were nearly finished this. These were only worth like 1% each. These were not worth it. That's a bit better. I can't believe how much rep we've gotten today. We're going to be done with this rep well before we're done with everything from it. I think that's probably the case for a lot of people that have been grinding for this this cat mount. Probably long finished with the Nightfall rep. I'll be excited to get that cat though. One more for the list. Check it out. Maybe a good mount for my Lightforged Draenei. I don't know if I would make him a shaman actually. Can't be a paladin. It's too on the nose.
Keep an eye on the Dawn Towers.
Okay. So I want to set her Hearthstone to Merildar, so I'm gonna head basically there and then change my hearth when we go through. I want to get all 6 of my bags before I start opening them, though. It doesn't make any difference to drop rate, but it does make it feel more dramatic. He needs to be a rogue, a male Lightforged Draenei rogue. He's just glowing and clomping, just. Love it. She riding this fish mount on purpose. She really is. Random favorite mount. How many mounts do we have now anyway? We're about to get one more. It says 987. I don't know. I think there's more. Friendship bracelet kits. I feel like it has to come with a book that teaches you how to tie the knots and stuff. What if my fingers are too big now to do it? This must be the most used inn that's not Dornegal in this whole expansion, because it's like the most annoying place to get to from Dornegal. I'm so happy I got my my chisel. I can't believe I'm actually finished with that grind. So now I'm mainly grinding these items, the Flames Radiant stuff, and then Undermine stuff. Lots of Undermine stuff. I want to do Delves to get my brand finished leveling at some point.
Always be prepared.
Alright. Drumroll time. No luck on the cat. 6 more chances. No luck. It says 21 attempts, which I think puts me somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 to 50 because we had some we hadn't counted. Merkalot, thank you very much for the 55-month resub. Appreciate it. I was hoping that would be the good luck charm, but next time. Next time for sure. Got a couple of rings that we can sink into the warbank anyway. Oh, actually, got a ring that he can wear. He's got a Voidmancer ring already on. Cosmic Embrace. There he goes. She goes, pardon me. Got this mount to my very first, your first box.
Many deals for a
Oh
friend.
man, that is lucky.
Like you.
There's people around here that have been like 100, 200 plus boxes. Let's get rid of that one. Nice. At least I'm getting these alts kind of set up a little bit. Not too bad.
Unfortunate to our friends.
Oh, that's right.
We're all down
So we
here
get some resonance
together.
crystals. And then I'll probably need to transfer some. I should be able to buy a thing now.
Enjoy. For now.
Right. Radiant Imperial Links. Give me another 6,000 crystals. I'm almost out. I have to be very careful. I don't want to spend them all.
Don't despair.
So we do get a cat now, just the vendor one, because we got to Renown 9.
Outsiders are a welcome surprise.
I am not spending crystals on these things yet. The backpack's very cool, but I'm cheap.
If the shadow
pets and
find
mounts
you,
for now.
fall.
Let's see the new one. That is a nice kitty. I like how it's got kind of like the sloped back that like a lynx has, and it's got the really fluffy paws. It's either your first box or 50 plus more later. Yeah, a lot of warband gear. If I fill up the bank completely with it, I'm going to start disenchanting things that I have like in quadruplicate. Is that a word? It is a word now. Using it. I should get the warband bank, the warbank button. Okay, so I already used it, but it's good to have it on the bar. Oh, nice. Get 20 more minutes. I think I can do another batch of dailies. Another 3 chances or so. I like that lynx. I wonder what the Void Scarred cat one looks like. Void Scarred lynx. Oh, it's one of those like blue aura situations. I mean, I want it for collecting sake, but I don't know if I'm like dying for it otherwise. I wonder what item level this hunter is. My third 80 hunter. The Horde one. She's on a different realm. Got my Radiant Imperial links. Very nice. I'm getting pretty well caught up with the Mog from the boxes. Not finished, but getting closer. We'll have to see once we get the cat which things we're still missing. Oh, she's got 3 as well, so she can also do 6.
Stay alert.
I can do 6 boxes because I had picked up the quest but then not done them.
Find joy in the flame's light.
Let's see how fast we can do it. She's at level 542. She needs to go to the bank. Holy moly. Her in will take her to Orgrimmar. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Org. Go to the bank. Put some gear on. Good lord. And then port to Dornegal. Maybe upgrade some... Oh, she's not going to have any stuff to upgrade. Oh no, Spirits Be With You is Zoldazar. I forgot about that. Okay, well, we'll port to Orc from here. Don't mind me. I need to fix her Hearthstone. This must have been for the sake of... Oh, I was trying to get reputation with BFA reps. BFA Horde reps. That's what I was trying to do. We were collecting stuff. And I didn't have all of the mounts. Warbank portal thing. Yeah! I just didn't want to use it, I didn't want to use it yet for some reason. I think it's because I just needed to use it twice on my other character. I think that's my excuse. Thunderbluff, Orgrimmar. But yeah, that is a good idea. Saving all the Warbound gear, it's really nice. I'm glad I'm at least able to use a bunch of it on characters like this. that needed it really badly. So she's gonna start at 542. We'll see what we can get her up to. She does have a couple pieces on, because I guess I did the event at least once before. So we'll stop by the bank.
What's the word on the street?
I only have 2 bank tabs so far. Mail, so we only have feet and helmet. I guess everything else. We have 1 extra ring. I just haven't been depositing things. I haven't been depositing things. It's a haste one. Yeah, sure. Because I'm sure I have more gear on my other characters. I just didn't put it in the box. What does that put us up to? 565, alright. 20-something pieces. Did Blizzard say when they're doing the Legacy Loot Boost? Not to my knowledge. I could be wrong, though. Oh, hang on. Oh, I did have one of those already. Oh, well. Okay, so we're gonna set our hearth to probably Merildar. She could use so much more gear. She has an item level 135 belt. I think that these are going to be... I think this is going to be a struggle. I think I need to go through my characters and deposit some stuff. Or at least mail it to her. I'm going to make a little list. She needs shoulders. Chest. Bracers. She has a weapon. She needs a belt. Legs. Ring. Not Voidmancer. Okay, I'm gonna see what else I have for this character. Otherwise, I think that trying to do the, whatchamacallem is gonna be very difficult. How do Horde characters open up world content and teleport through Shadowlands if the NPCs aren't near the entrance to Org? I don't know. World content and teleports. Oh. I don't have an answer for you, but I know it's a confusing thing. There was some difficulty with it. I thought they fixed it though. Okay, where am I? I'm in the Vault of Memory, so I can just pop by the bank because I'm sure she has Warbound stuff. I'll try to make a little pile of the actual things that I'm looking for to make them easier to pick up. Yeah, so she needs 11 more things from that. So we're kind of sort of getting through it. Easy and Alliance know exactly where they are.
I have calibrated my
yeah, they gotta be somewhere. I'm sorry I'm not more help. Warbound. Lots of weapons. Okay. None of the pieces that she needed, though. I wonder how many else I'm gonna have to use on these dailies to get this cat out. It's not being very kind. His hearth is still Dornegal, but his warbank is not on cooldown. I'm like afraid to sort it. There we go. I'm also afraid to deposit it because some of these things I don't want to stick in there. Weapon, plate, leather, sword, shield, sword. Where's a neck? Plate, trinket, plate, leather. Okay. It's starting to feel like summertime. I guess it's almost June. Kids are going to be out of school in a few more weeks. I think I mentioned this yesterday, but I finally rotated my wardrobe. I have a couple storage containers that I shove under my bed, and I keep the off-season clothes in those because I have to wear such different things winter to summer. And I finally got around to actually rotating some stuff because I realized don't get me wrong, I still got to keep a couple sweaters out. It's a little chilly in the morning, but I don't need like my thick fleeces anymore. Had to finally put them away. Yesterday's high in Cali was 65, and then on Tuesday it's going to be 90. Oh, too toasty. Too sweaty for me. It's been nice to see a little sunshine, though. Good for me.
My directive is to serve you.
Okay. A lot of weapons. Cloth, cloth, cloth. Necks, cloth. Trinkets.
Return and peruse.
Apparently I need to get some cloth alts leveled up. Yeah, Emblems of Service once a week with the event in Hallowfall, I think. Yeah, once a week from your weekly quest, but you can do it on multiple characters. And you can use them to buy things that you cannot use on your characters. So if you're just doing it for Mog, you could use a bunch of alts. I've been trying to do it on a bunch of different characters within a week to get extras. This character might not. A couple things. Male feet, which is the one thing I didn't need. Ah, male shoulders, perfect. I got one piece that's going to be a good upgrade for her. I think I will put the legs in there because even though they're adventure, if I don't have anything, it'll be better than nothing. 95 and humid in Florida today. Oh, steamy. Check and see if I have any extra stuff to deposit. I might not get through another batch of 6 quests today. Oh yeah, her bank thing. Oh, so she does have some stuff that's going to be useful. But her bank thing is on cooldown. I could mail some stuff. It's a different realm though, and I don't know if I have the realm memorized. Her Hearthstone takes her to Merildar. I don't think there's a bank in Merildar, though. How do I want to do this?
I have many.
Probably just wait. Probably not worry about it wildly much.
Farewell, friend of the Grummles.
Call it good. We can do 1 or 2 of them. I don't think we know yet if mount drop rates are going to be increased for the Legacy Loot event. My instinct is that it's just going to drop more loot than usual. But maybe they'll crank mount drop rates. Possible. Oh yeah, Horrific Visions are going to start too. That's right. I'll be back on Wednesday for that. Let's get her. You can probably still do fine in these quests. You just tag things that other people are also tagging. Should I pick up her weeklies? Or some of them. Fragments or
Begin
something.
speaking.
Yeah, she's not doing time walking.
We cannot hide from evil. Despite everything, the Arathi find joy.
I don't know if she's gonna do that,
Song,
but
my friend. Your aid brings hope to us.
how do you have the
all.
patience to not do all the new things on Tuesday? For some reason in my heart, I just know that it's okay if I do them on Wednesday.
I have an
If
extensive
anything,
supply
Tuesday's
of
the day where
gifts
sometimes
for
things are buggy or not
outlanders.
working correctly, and sometimes it's nice to wait until Wednesday.
My thanks for your
I'm just
patience.
usually on my days off, I'm like really comfy or just having fun doing other things. I'm never on my computer. I do enough of that the rest of the week. The only time I'll ever come back in and log on is if my friends want to do keys or something. That's true. Sometimes buggy is an advantage, but I have a weird thing where I don't like to take advantage of stuff like that because it makes me feel icky. It's not a judgment on anybody that does use initial bugs to gain an advantage. It's a logical thing to do. I just, for whatever reason, don't like it. I'm weird. Let's go down the core way. Oh, she does have a Titan Disc Fragment quest. That's good. Don't even want to do horrific visions. I am waiting to find out whether or not I'm going to want to do them or not. I feel like I'm reserving judgment until I'm right in the middle of it, and then I'll have a think about whether or not I'm having fun. I'm sure they'll bribe me with all kinds of cosmetics. I'm not even caught up on these cosmetics. I'm trying. Kind of tempted to do this. Getting a little distracted about what this character's for. Oh, the event's going to start in another 2 minutes, too. I don't know how to get all of these things. The spare items from the Spreading the Light zone reward? I feel like I have almost none of them. Not caught up with anything. I would like to be more caught up, but I think what I would need to do is get more organized, be a little more focused, which I don't put too much blame on myself for. This game does not do a lot to help you stay focused. If anything, they'd rather you ping pong between 13 different things and keep playing forever. But I would probably need to put more time into it if I wanted to be more caught up on cosmetics that they're adding and whatnot. So those are leather pants, but I'm wearing male pants. These definitely are a tiny bit scarier at 586 than they are at 630. I believe there's a thin line between bug and exploit, and I don't want the smack from Blizzard for taking advantage of that. Yeah. Usually you can tell where the line is based on how convoluted the thing is that you have to do in order to gain the advantage. Like how, like if you have to like wear a specific thing and walk backwards and emote 3 times or whatever, then that's like pretty obviously an exploit. But other things that are more, that you could more easily do accidentally. Big example right now being opening the dark fuse boxes that give you rep inside of an 11 side street sluice. Gives you more rep. It's not a complicated thing to do. You just walk into an 11 and open the box. It is conceivable that you just forgot to open your boxes until that moment, I feel like. And also, it's been in the game for a while. Like, they haven't fixed it. It makes me think that they don't mind. Haven't even done keys yet this season. Still doing Mythic Raid prog, trying to cap all my gear still from keys. Oh. Yeah, I could see it's getting close to the burnout point of that. It's been a while. I think we should probably try to... Yeah. It would be good for me to do another one of these guys. Every weekly that I manage to do is one more piece of log. They're all progress. That has been fixed. Oh, okay. They must have done it pretty recently, because I did it I think it was before I left, so I guess I've been gone for a week. They must have fixed it then. Well. Gotcha. Keep saying I'll work on KSM and then I don't wanna. Bugs that lead to player power that are likely exploits. Alright, event should be starting in just a second. I'm just almost done this. I think I'm gonna open the one box. I won't save up 6 this time because I gotta go pretty soon.
Feel the warmth of the sacred flame.
That's no. I was hoping that was gonna give me a... Oh, I don't even need them. I don't even need those shoulders. It's okay, we can use them on a different character. I mean, they're an upgrade, just levels-wise, but that's fine. Oh, bless you. Are you coming in to see when I'm ending? I think Moose has an internal clock, and he knows when it's almost noon or it's noon. And he's like, why are you still in here? This is the point where you come out and you give Moose a big hug. If that's not a pouting face, I don't know what is. Flame Radiance Paragon Cache. I don't know if there's anything from that. I don't. Tiny. He scrunches up so small when he wants to. It's when I call him a moosey cinnamon bun. A moosamin bun. Moosamin roll. Okay. So this has begun. We may as well do this. We can manage it. We got some time. It'll be good for us.
Burn those defenses to ash
Good for a transmog.
before they turn
So
the
yeah, I have the
tide
weekly
back.
quest on. I think they did a good job in this event of incentivizing it so that it is a good idea if you're collecting to show up early and participate the entire time. But you can still get your weekly done if you just kind of roll in at the last second and tag stuff. Kind of nice. I feel like that's a difficult balance to hit that they did pretty well. Right, so the champion spoils could give me chest piece. So I guess that gives you things that you can use, and then any weapon maybe? Because I'm pretty sure I've gotten random off weapons. See you later, Mr. Sonic Gen. Have a lovely day. Since the Undermine Cartels have stuff. I'm still so surprised that the Undermine Cartels have stuff in their Paragon caches. That's so funny to me. Why was I tracking Brood of Nozdormu rep? That was Encourage, right? I think that was AQ. I wonder what my overall things is lately. I feel like it must have taken a big hit with all this content they've come out with. Can't be at 73. 70. That's actually pretty good for me. That is collecting transmog mounts, pets, and toys, I'm pretty sure. I must have gotten a lot of things from the old raid farming. Appearances, illusions, mounts, pets, and toys. Oh, you know what it is? I unticked PvP. That's why it's so high. I unchecked PvP. I was like, why? When did I get 70%? That doesn't sound right. That's why. I decided, you know what? This setting is for people that would prefer not to worry about it, and I'd prefer not to worry about it. Problem solved. Wow. Works for me. Who's to say what the real count is anyway? First thing that I had checked. It certainly makes my numbers sound more impressive. Not that I need to impress anybody, I'm sure. Can probably make our way through our days regardless. Moose looks very impressed. Moose is kind of unhappy that I am taking longer to finish stream today. He's decided to pout and wait. Normally the first thing I do when I get out of my office is I find Moosey and I give him a big hug. So he's late for his hug. Hazel setting herself up for an oops all PvP mode after 100%ing ATT and PvE mode. I thought of that like just now when we were talking about it, and the follow-up thought I had was I'm never gonna 100% the rest of it. if I was in danger of reaching everything that I could get from PvE, then that would be a real concern. But I think I could stay busy forever. Especially with the amount that I play. They're coming out with stuff faster than I can get it. I'm never gonna have to go do Battlegrounds or Comp Stomp or whatever for Transmog at this rate. Just not a problem. What is the next thing you would turn back on? I don't know. Seems so hypothetical. I feel like I have things turned off for a reason. Like anything that I'm not tracking is because I don't really want it. I don't know, maybe achievements? Or titles, maybe. But I don't think I really want to get into achievements. I have enough. Although achievements for their own sake seems like a perfectly good thing to work on. That probably gets you up to some things that are a little sillier and more fun sometimes than other parts of the game. You know, send you off on some side quests. Don't forget Siren Isle. How could we forget Siren Isle? That's going to be a big project. Oh man, I just got hungry all at once. That happens to me sometimes. I'll be just motoring along in my life, not even a little bit hungry, and then just a huge wave will hit me immediately. Achievements have a lot of variety. Yeah, I bet you it could get us up to some stuff that's, like, I don't know, random kind of characters. No. Exploration? Oh, there's 3 pests that I haven't slain for pest control. It's 10 achievement points. I never followed the coin thing to its end. Dwarf sets from Siren Elves is a project. Achievements have a high probability reward for getting housing rewards retroactively attached. Yeah. I mean, a lot of the meta achievements I have. If they're gonna just like stick it back onto like the old expansion metas, we've got a lot of that done. There's probably other ones though. How do I win housing?
Too many injured on the field.
Anyone else have that thought lately? You're just like sitting here being like, how are we going to win player housing? I would like to win? Oh dear. All the housing things. Oh, hang on. You're supposed to pick somebody up and take them somewhere, not just immediately chuck them back on the ground.
allies require our support. Hurry.
Legion meta was removed from the PTR. Maybe a post-remix thing? Oh. Top all-time post in r/WoW housing will be hotly contested. Throw them into minor keyframes. We're doing pretty well here. I think we'll get both chests.
Burn those defenses to ash before they turn the tide of battle.
Cool to see content creators do house tours. Yeah. I feel like it's gonna be hard for my friends to get me oopsies. For my friends to get me out to do like keys and like delves and stuff because I'm gonna be too busy decorating. Like, sorry, can't come out and play. My lamps aren't good yet. Oh no, I keep throwing it down. There we go. Kind of like people did Animal Crossing Island tours. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. I bet it'll be interesting seeing. It seems like you're going to be able to do things in a way that's so detailed. I think things are going to be so different. Everybody's going to do their house just like a little bit their own way.
A squadron of those noxious pests have infested the battlefield.
I don't think I'm putting any jumping puzzles in mine though. I'm going to keep my feet firmly on the ground. No mount or pet drops as far as I know. Kind of thinking about pets, but definitely no mount drops in the War Within Renown prestige chest. There are mounts in the Undermine Goblin cartels like Bilgewater, Steamweedle Adventure Company, etc. Those prestige chests have mounts that can but are not guaranteed to drop. But not the renowns, just the reps.
Get in there and squash them.
Yeah. I don't have any of them yet. I was gonna get all of my goblin reps to Exalted before I tried to get any of the Paragon caches done. At this point we can probably just like wait for the end of the event. We'll get the purple spoils.
A mighty adversary has taken the field. Get in there, soldier.
I've got my second tab open looking at friendship bracelet tying kits. It's like the embroidery floss. I feel like the plastic ones used to like catch your wrist hair and then pull it. I feel like the fabric ones were nice. I'm not really going to get into tying friendship bracelets, am I? I guess they'd be fun to mail to my nieces. If they didn't have the rep for cartels, it would take like a year to get them all maxed. It was going so slowly. I was very proud to get my first one. I did Steamweedle first, and I was so happy to get a green mount and the green paint for my car. I was just tickled pink with myself, but yeah, I'm glad that they buffed it, because otherwise it would have taken ages. I haven't even finished all the world quests. I'll have to pop on and do that at some point. Maybe. There's too many things to do. He keeps falling back asleep. He snores when he sleeps. Not all the time, but at least like half the time maybe. More if he's on his back. If he falls asleep on his back, he almost always snores. Hi, Boo Boo Bear. How you doing? Are you tired? Dog barks in his sleep, little small barks. This guy does too. He does a little woof, woof. He's looking at me like, no, I don't. Not me. It's true. Does it pretty often. My favorite is when my buddy wags his tail in his sleep, because then I know he's having like a happy dream. He does the running dreams a lot with little kicky feet. But every once in a while he'll have a dream where his tail just starts thumping and it's the cutest thing. Hi, bud. How you doing? You comfy? I'm almost finished, buddy. I'll come out soon. He's tired. When he gets really tired, he looks a bit wilted. I don't think there's ever going to be a point where I'm less obsessed with the dog. I'm obsessed with the kitty cat, and I've had her for going on 11 years. Sometimes I get bored when I'm fighting the boss because it takes so long to fight and there's nothing all that dangerous, and I just start going around looking at everybody else's transmogs. That's pretty cool. Some heritage. Oh, track their hunter. This is the hunter group. This is where all the hunters live. Oh, troll and plunderstorm. Original Wrathy armor. Who's on this side? More hunters? There's a Worgen. Very again Greymane. Who's in here? I think some of these are NPCs. This is a bit much. I'm going back to the hunter club. Oh, he's a monk. Is it dead yet? Nope. Is this where you look for your next hunter race? Where I'm helping the boss. Yeah, hit kill command once in a while, call it good. He has a lot of health so people can make it in and tag him. This box might have something good for me. Trinket.
Victory for the flames, radiance.
Champion?
Take
No,
a moment
veteran.
for celebration, but stay on your guard. They'll return.
Oh, and then I got
soon
actually.
enough.
Oh, I got a chest piece from that guy. That's great. He did that.
Victory for the
Not
flames,
Mog, though.
radiance. Take a moment for celebration.
You gotta push a button occasionally so the game doesn't forget that you tagged it.
They'll return soon enough.
Sacred flame guide your way, friend. Stay
Okay.
productive in the light. Vigilant.
And
in
then
the
I guess I
night.
could buy something.
I support our army with the finest blades.
So I wonder if there's
Sacred
anything that I
flame
actually
tempers
need the
not
Mog
just our
for.
souls, but my steel.
I gotta go soon. I'm getting hungry. I gotta figure out what's for lunch. Oh, baby boy. Give the puppy a little cuddle.
A dangerous world calls for inspired solutions.
I have a shawl already. I guess I could take the chest piece. It's a piece of Mog I need anyway. It's not a huge upgrade because she's got a veteran one on, but
Imperial steel conquered a continent.
yeah, because she got
Come
a
again.
gun.
If you survive.
There we go.
The
Nice
shadows
little
don't
compromise.
stand a
Got a piece of
chance
transmog
against
and
my
an upgrade
blades.
that she can use. Man, I can't believe how much rep we got today. We started at like 7 and made it to 9.5. We'll have this done in no time. I am finished for today, though. I'll be back on Wednesday. I'm back to my normal schedule, so I will see you Wednesday morning. If anything changes, any short notice cancellations, I'll post them in the Discord and change the stream title. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I very much appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.